as the beginning of the interview, like before, we were going to start off with just you explaining your music to other people that don't quite know you yet. So, or explaining just who you are in general. So, if you want to go ahead and do your thing.
Okay. My name is Clayton, but I go by Rasti online. My music is just, I don't know, I've been making it by myself for, I don't know, what, 8 years now? Oh my God, dude, that is not good. It's been 8 years, I guess, apparently, which is a really long time. It's almost been 8 years. So it's been a long time, which is weird to me. But yeah, I make music. I just mostly talk about my life, and it takes me forever sometimes because I'll get distracted with other things in my life, or I will just hate most of the songs I'm working on for a long time. I don't know if this is relevant to it, but yes, that's me. I make music. Okay, that was an
Yeah,
introduction
meet
there.
Rusty. That was his little icebreaker in class. So, first question,
All
a little bit
right.
of weird question. It's gonna be a strange question, but what is it like to be Rusty? How does that feel on a day-to-day basis?
Oh, dude, let me think for a second, cause like I'm thinking of whether I want to give a real answer. I feel like dude.
It's up to you. Like I said, no pressure, no pressure. You can skip the question. You go to the next one's up to you. Anytime you feel uncomfortable, skip the question.
It depends on the week and what I have going on in my life. I will give you the good version of Rasti and the bad version of Rasti. So the good version of Rasti is like how I am right now, or how I am like I've been the last 2 days or so, where I am mostly doing the things I'm supposed to do, like eating how I want to, or like spending time with people as I should, working on music, not being lazy, whatever. For some reason, the stars align and my self image is decent, and I still think about a lot of stuff. Like sometimes I think I have ADHD or something. I don't know if I do, and I get annoyed when people like self-diagnose. So I don't know, but I do have like serious focus problems. So like I'm usually daydreaming about a bunch of random stuff. Thinks that this is for her to hear. Okay, I daydream a lot. It's really hard for me to listen to people. I'll think about generally like whatever's most interesting. Usually something to do with like the future and how it's going to be bad, or something existential, or like just thinking about everything and feeling like it doesn't make any sense, or like what is the actual difference between me and other people. Like there's a lot of weird things I think about. Basically, I'll think about whatever's most entertaining because I get bored really easily. That's
Fair
me on a
enough.
good day. Me on a bad day is like just completely just I don't like myself, and like making music is usually harder, and I'm super critical of everything I do. I'll think about every interaction I have with everybody, and like was I talking too much? Was I ignoring them? Like it's basically what the whole album is about, but it's like constant like self-criticism, self-monitoring, and it's makes me really unhappy, and um yeah. So it's generally like usually it's like 70% bad, 30% good, I would say. To be honest. That's just an
Fair
honest
enough.
answer.
Everyone has your up and down days, you know. It's how life is, you know. So
Yeah.
Damn.
great topic. So we can move to the next question then. All right. Question, I guess we'll go number two. What inspired you to start making music?
Um, I like originally I thought I wanted to be a YouTuber. Like that's what I did when I was like really little. Like by really little, I mean like sixth grade, up until like ninth grade, and then there was a time like I was homeschooled for 2 years on a computer, so I was constantly trying to find anything to do but that. So I found this website called Soundtrap that I would like. It wasn't blocked for whatever reason, and I would like make little beats with just like loops on there. I thought that was fun. Then I kind of got bored of it, and then in 2018, like at the beginning of 2018, I decided to like find a beat because like I don't know, I liked NF a lot. Like I got into NF around this time, and I just I think that made me want to use me. I don't know. I just randomly decided to like try to make a song, and it was so fun. Even though it was complete trash, I didn't know that, but it was terrible. But I thought it was so fun, and it just became the most fun thing that I had discovered to do. And so ever since then, I've been doing it, and it still remains the most fun, fulfilling thing that I can do on this planet, like literally. So it was just randomly trying it out. Just somehow I was like, oh, this is actually really great. I mean, I also played the violin when I was a kid, but I don't think
It's
that really has anything
interesting, actually.
because I was forced to do it.
It's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't like it. Yeah,
That's
when I was a kid.
Do you play any
insane.
instruments now?
What?
Do you play any instruments now?
No. I bet I could still play clarinet because I also play clarinet because I wanted to play
You guys.
saxophone.
Oh, that's
Because I was
hard.
like,
That's
at
cool.
the time, I'm like, oh, saxophone is for boys, clarinet is for girls. I don't want to. And, in my defense, at my school, only girls play clarinet. So when I got put on the clarinet, I was the only boy. So, at the time, being in fifth grade, this was a horrible nightmare for me. But, anyways, I could probably still do clarinet if I really needed to, honestly. But no, I mean, I don't really do any instruments now. Like, if I do any, like, beats or instrumentals, I'll literally play them with the keys on my laptop. Like I don't even use a MIDI keyboard anymore. I got rid of it because it was just
Damn.
harder. Yeah.
I'm
So
going
I'm
raw
fully
dog with this shit.
divorced.
All right.
Yeah, that's what Kenny Beats does, okay? And works for him, it works for me.
Honestly, real. Whatever does best, Fuckers ain't judging, Uh, Here's another question for you. I know NF is like your biggest artist, of course, you love, but would you say like what's the number one artist that kind of more or less changed your perspective of music? Like it just completely rearranged your mind that just made you think of music in a different light. Is there any artist that's ever done for you? Like that kind of way?
The thing about me is that like I was raised in a super religious like household. So I wasn't allowed to listen to any like normal music at all, like for most of my life, like literally. Like going to Meyer was like I wasn't allowed to listen to normal music. So like basically it was like I don't even know how to describe it, but not normal religion like so I wasn't allowed to listen to anything like with a beat in it of any kind. Like if the drums weren't like what you would hear in a marching band or at like a basketball game, like it was just off limits. So the first artist that I really did listen to was like when I was a kid. This might be TMI, but like whatever. It's kind of relevant. My mom got remarried, and when she got remarried, the like her who's now my stepdad that she married, he was a lot less insane with like restrictions and stuff. So he would listen to rap. It was like mostly like Christian rap or whatever. So I was a lot like heavily influenced by that. I was literally just looking up Christian rap on YouTube, and I found NF and it resonated with me way more because like I had a lot of like I might talk about it later, but like with religion, like I've always like well not always now, but when I was younger, like I would say I believed in God, but I didn't really. It was always sort of like I felt like there was something wrong with me, like that God just didn't want anything to do with me for some reason. So it didn't really resonate with me. Like worship music did not resonate with me as much as like hearing music about NF hating his life essentially. And I was like, oh, this is pretty relatable. So I think that like was a big shift, probably the biggest shift for me because it was the first time I started listening to music that resembled actual normal music, and it changed like at the time it changed my whole personality. Like it was like everything I did, I wanted to be like NF. Like it was like
It's true.
I just was yeah. He was like my biggie thing when I was in like I mean when I was 15 is when I discovered him. So yeah, I mean after that like the set like I think post that is kind of just when I started listening to like electronic music because I was like, damn. Wait, hold on. My headphones are telling me their battery's low. When I started listening to
Alright.
electronic music, that was a big shift just because it was so awesome sounding that I was like, I just didn't know music could be so awesome. So that shifted a lot too, I guess. But anyway, sorry if I was ramble. Dude, if I talk too
No,
long,
you
please
good.
tell me to stop
No, you're
because
Listen,
good.
I
listen,
will just
listen,
talk
You're
listen,
good.
listen,
forever.
Go ahead.
listen. We are on a podcast. We want you to talk as much as you want. Like so for
Okay,
especially
Right,
the
cool.
way
yeah.
you talk.
Feel
Like
free.
you can go as long as you want. You can go as off topic as you want. We're just here to have a good time. We want you to have a good time too. You know. Uh,
That's cool.
with the next question, it's kind of a similar question, but like it's kind of on the same topic. I already know the answer is gonna be NF. But if you had like a dream artist to work with, dead or alive, who would you work with? But kind of already know the answer
Um,
to that. So
dude, the thing is, I love NF, but like, I don't know. It's hard for me to say I wouldn't want to work with NF because it's like I love NF, but when I try to like sing, when I try to like rap his songs or like do it, my voice is not. We have very different voices, like at least in rapping. I don't know. Like it never sounds right, and like I don't know. I don't know if I would be able to collaborate with like if I was to think about the technicalities of it, I would be like, first off, I don't think I would be able to be confident enough. Like I feel like anything I made, I would feel like wasn't good enough. I just think it would. I think he's too famous for me. Like I think I'd have to be. I just don't think my confidence is there at all. Like I think it would be impossible. However, maybe I don't know. But the artist I would definitely collaborate with is Ryan Carveo because like him, I actually did a call with him forever ago when he was like back in 2020 when everything was happening with George Floyd. He did like a fundraiser for Black Lives Matter. So it was like if you donated, he did this like if you donated $30, he would literally do a call with you. And like you had to use this app at the time where you had to like leave it open like on your phone. So my phone was just sitting on my desk all day, like waiting for him to call. And then he called me. I was like, it was crazy. I was like, because I like yeah, so I talked to him for like 25 minutes, and that was not as nerve-wracking and terrifying as I thought it would be. And like I showed him some of my music. There was I don't want to say there was chemistry. Like I was a fan talking to him, but like I could see working with him maybe and having it actually work. With NF, I feel like it wouldn't work. He's too big. I'm too insecure. His style is like I think different than mine. So while he's my favorite artist, Brian Carveo. There you go. That's see.
Honestly,
Long-winded answers,
real.
but yeah.
Honestly, real. I mean, like so for love the long answers, amazing answers. Love these.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Now, what's your favorite song you ever made, and why is it your favorite song?
Dude. All right. I have to think about this one for a second. Let me actually look at my. I don't think I could pick one specific. I know it's like so annoying. Like for me, when people say like, "Oh, I don't know if I can," whatever's their favorite thing. It's like
Yeah,
just
well, I
pick
mean, like,
one. But I
I
don't
mean,
know.
you can be a
Like
top three.
okay, um, top three.
Then the number one could
I
be
mean,
the one you can elaborate on more deeply.
I think "Poached My Soul" is like maybe. I think now, like in this time in my life, it's the one where I listen to and probably experience the most enjoyment. But that doesn't mean it's my favorite overall over time. So I'll put that at 3. Like I really love that song a lot. Um, the other song that I listen to, it's more like relatability, I guess. I don't know. I like most of my songs that are out, but a song that I always felt did not get played in like as much as well, I mean, it feels ungrateful to say that, but as much as I thought it should or whatever, is "Where's Me." Like that
I can
song
agree with that.
still,
That song was a banger. Okay.
yeah, and the beats vibe is like so. It just gives me a feeling that no other song gives me when I listen to it. Like I love that song so. Honestly, I need to change this cover art because I'm looking at it now and I'm like, this looks horrible. Maybe make it a little better, but um, so that would probably be number 2. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I feel like "Bored" should be in there just because it was so popular, but like because it
But I
really
mean,
helped
like,
did a lot
just
for
because
me.
it's the most
But
popular song doesn't mean it has to be your favorite necessarily. I mean, because I mean, at the end of the day, a song is about relatability, right? That's at least how it is to me. Or just like, that's. I mean,
yeah, I would say, and then I'd put. I guess I hate to do it. I don't know why, but I guess I'd put "There It Goes" as my favorite song. But it's just hard to. It feels like something that I shouldn't do because it's like there's so much more to. I don't know, whatever. But sure, "There It Goes" is my favorite song, I guess technically. And then "Where's Me" and then "Poach My Soul." But
is there a reason why there it goes? Sorry about that.
I well, for one, I spent so much time on it. Like it, I don't think it's the longest I've spent on a song, but I spent tons and tons of time on it trying to make it super perfect. I think it's really unique sounding and like very different from like a lot of stuff that I've made. Like I don't know. It was the first song I also did like any kind of yelling, really, and also just like I feel like it's like the cover art, just everything about it like describes really well like this childhood feeling of like confusion and rejection when your parent just doesn't seem to like you or you just don't know what's going on because you're a kid and you think everything's your fault. So like it's really personal song. I'm trying to read the lyrics now, but like it's I don't know how much I want to say about my relationship with my mom now, but like it's just it is about my mom. I don't even know if my mom knows it's about her because she seemed to think it was about my dad, but like it is just sort of like in a calm state of mind, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, fuck you, mom, or fuck you, dad, or whatever. But like it felt good to get that out there because there is a lot of times you feel like that, like where you're just like, especially if you're like me, like I don't try to make excuses for people, but like there's a lot of things about my worldview. Like technically, I don't even believe in free will, which I know sounds stupid to people if they don't understand like the arguments for it or whatever. But on top of that, like I think that like I don't think of people. I mean, I used to, so I still do sometimes, but generally, in a calm state of mind, I don't think of things as like good and evil. So like I don't think of my mom and the reason how she was like when I was a kid as like, oh, that's her fault. Like she should have been this generally. But there are times where I feel like that, and I'm like, why? I'm just like I am just a human, and there's times where you're just tired of like all of the logical rationalizing, like why this person did this, what happened to my mom in her childhood, like why is it this way, why was this, why was I treated like this, like what basically takes the blame off this person. But sometimes, especially when you're dealing with stuff currently that will happen, you just are like, you just don't care, and you're just like, fuck this person. So that's kind of where I was when I wrote this song. Is like it was just like that, and it was also like it's not something like usually like my dad is someone I would gladly talk whatever about because I don't have any relationship with him, and he was horrible to me. But my mom is a lot different, so it was also weird to make a song that was like angry towards her, but at the same time, it felt like so raw to how I'll feel a lot of the times, like stuff that she won't even see. Like I've expressed it to her before, but it's just such a raw expression of my feelings that whenever I listen to it, it just feels like just so just I don't know. It just like I said, it just expresses it so well. The song sounds really good. I love what I did with like the vocals, like at the ending, like there it goes, 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 like where it's deep. There's so much in it, so it's just overall my favorite, and it's just literally accurate. Like I think people would be surprised how accurate my music is to my actual life. But yeah, so there you go.
Love it. I love it. I adore that. I personally did not think that's what that song was about.
Yeah.
Personally.
See, sometimes I don't even like telling people what the songs are about because I feel like it might ruin like whatever it was in their brain, but that's
I
truly
personally
what it
think
was
it's
about.
cool though. Like especially because like Civil War mainly about like most of the songs as well. Because a lot of artists probably go through what you're going through too, or it's like they release a song and it has a different intent of what it is, but people view it as in their own way to relate to their own life, which is
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
that's
I'll think
personally really
that
cool.
like with people because I actually know like I know a person or I mean I know two people, but like I know someone who's listened to this song who like they haven't really told me anything about it, but like I've seen it on their YouTube or like I've seen I don't even know specific examples and like I know they really like it. So even though I haven't talked to them about it and they like it separately, I know stuff about their life to where I'm like, I wonder if this is kind of who they're thinking of when they listen to this. So like I want music to be that for people, but yeah, that's a weird
It's
part of
fair
making
enough.
music, but yeah.
Okay, here's gonna be an interesting one because this is gonna be a weird one. So you previously sold bracelets in the past, I believe for the Rad project, I believe. What other
Wait,
merchandise are you gonna? Yeah, didn't was the bracelets for the Rad project? Because didn't you sell dinosaur bracelets at one point? Or am I wrong? I could be
no, I didn't
wrong.
actually sell bracelets, but I remember the Rad
Okay,
project.
okay. Well, this is a question there in the future knows about it. But anyways, because I know you have more merchandise now. You have merchandise. Is there any other
Yeah.
merchandise you can look forward to? Like, for example, because I've been getting into vinyls lately, so I'm just putting it out there. Will you be ever selling a vinyl, or just what other things you be selling merchandise wise? Like, what other stuff could we be looking forward to for Rasti content?
I mean, I really liked making the merch that I did this time for the album. Excuse me. Like I thought that was a lot of fun. So I definitely want to do more merch, but the thing is about me, like when you're as this small of an artist, like I can't I don't know what the process would be for vinyls or CDs. Like maybe I could throw them up there, but I can't sell anything that I have to buy first. Like a bigger artist can do that. They can buy it and
Yeah.
like have the stock. So it would have to be like essentially it's not drop shipping because it's all through one website, but similar to that where I don't really have anything to do with it and just I'm just essentially saying, it's just you ordering through a back end company, but I'm giving the design is like literally what it is.
All right,
So
I got you.
and I mean, I choose the premium stuff for it. Like, I don't want it to suck, so I'll choose
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
slightly more expensive, whatever. I haven't even bought any of it, so this is like I should probably do that to see what it's like. But Yeah, I mean, I'd like to make more merch. I've had, I think, 3 people buy my merch the total time I've sold it. And I don't know if that's just because, like, the way it's, like, impossible to reach people on Instagram now, or, like, the fact I don't have it on my Spotify, or maybe, like, I think a lot of people are, like, sort of casual listeners of me. Casual listeners. Like, they listen to a few of my songs, but they don't really know all the lore or anything like that of me or, like, whatever. Anyway,
Fair
yeah, I would
enough.
like to make more stuff, but I don't have anything planned yet. Like I might do a few more like designs for the album because some of these I kind of don't like the "I can't fix me" like with the words. Like I think it looks good, but like maybe a different color, like a darker color. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah.
Take a look at it. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I thought it was kind of a banger though. I mean, I haven't bought it yet, of course, so I can't really say too much. But
My favorite one is the black "Let Me Out" like
yeah, that's
crew
the one
neck.
I was like the first one. Yeah, I really fuck with that one heavy.
Yeah, I think
It's
it
pretty
looks really good.
nice.
I also like
Uh,
the "Torch Every Cow" one, but I don't think anyone's gonna buy that one. So that's just there.
yeah, I mean, never know. You never know. You never know, man. So
Yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
see.
maybe I might do it. Not saying I will. Maybe I would do that. Just be the only person that does it. Say, you'll get famous one
Dude,
day and
don't
I'll
get
have
my
it, and
hopes up, man.
they'll all be coming to me for it, and they'll can't get it from me because it's mine. Exactly. So
Dude, people, if I ever get famous, I don't know if these people still have it, but when I was in high school, I made an album called Imposter, and I made 20 CDs of it, and I signed them and I gave them to people at my high school. So if I think a few of these people still listen to me, like maybe 2, but I don't even know if they still have it. I have one of them myself, but yeah, if I ever blow up, which I personally don't think will happen, but if I ever make it big, and anyone has those CDs, that's got to be worth something. If
it's
one day
going to be. It
hypothetically.
might be. It depends how big you get the two at the same time. But I feel like because you're already at like a big state, not huge necessarily, but you're already kind of like a decently growing artist compared to most. From at least from because I've seen very like more niche artists. Like
He had to say the
I'm
word.
talking 1,000. Oh, I love the word niche. Okay, don't
He
judge me.
had
All
to
right,
say
the
niche.
word niche is fucking amazing. All right, you should include that in one of your lyrics. By the way, the word niche. Just saying. But
It might one day. Who knows?
I would love it. I would be so happy. But anyways, I've seen people with like 1,000 followers, and like or for instance, like saying earlier, like with that one artist, I'm not gonna reference the name because I'm promote them, but he is like 5,000 followers. Like it's just I don't know. I think you're a relatively steady growing artist compared to most. At least.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a steady growing artist though, because like I know the statistics of it over time. So like I
Fair
used to
enough.
have a lot more listeners. There's a lot of things that have contributed to me having less. I think the main thing is not putting out very much music over 3 years. Like I put out 6 songs over 3 years, and I didn't have any money to promote them. So like that's kind of a It's not a death sentence. Like I don't think I'm screwed, but that is the perfect way to not grow. But I try to remember that even though it's less than what it used to be, I do have a fairly like stable core audience, and like most of my listeners now are active listeners, meaning like they're not like recommended by Spotify. Most of my listeners in the past, they weren't active listeners. So like it's weird how I feel about it. Like it's good that like these are people that are consciously choosing to listen to me, which means it's like much more likely to remain. But at the same time, it was nice getting a lot of plays from like Discover Weekly and stuff like that. One, I had songs that were bigger at the time that they got pushed a lot, so I have mixed feelings. But at the end of the day, yes, it's true. Like technically, even though I whine about it, like it is true that most people who make music do not. I mean, to that, they're screwed. Like, I mean, they're not screwed,
Yeah.
but it is true that I have more than a lot of people, or most people
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
But it just to me that it just feels like it's doesn't matter. But that makes me feel like uh, stupid for thinking that or whatever. But it's just because my frame of reference is so much different from over time. But yeah,
Fair enough. You are the artist, compared to people of your fans, different complexes,
yeah. Like someone
But
who just started making music and has got like 20 listeners, they might think, "Oh man, if I got 20,000 in my lifetime, that would be like it. Like I had done it." But to me, it's like it's totally different now because I'm totally emotionally adapted to it and like it's my life now. I'm used to it. So it's just like the same,
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole thing like whatever. But yeah.
Is there any specific messages you would like to portray in your music? Any like is there any specific ideas?
Like, well, most of my music is just me like venting my emotions, especially ones that I don't like talking to people about, like in person. But it's kind of interesting and to think of it like what mess, like if I had like an agenda, because I do think there's occasionally sometimes an agenda. Like some of my songs, like I picked on religion a couple times. With I'm just gonna call it pollution. Whenever I say pollution, I'm talking about the song that's an angry face. Okay, I said this before the call, but or before we
Okay,
started
that's an
recording,
interesting name, actually. All right, I did not know that. Okay.
but yeah, like with that song, oh man, I don't even know if I want to say because I kind of like people listening to that song and not really knowing like what the hell is this song like. But so I don't have any like sort of preachy agenda. Like I'm not out to like or preachy message. Like I'm not out to like convert someone away from religion or like give anyone any state like genuine statements about meat or anything like that. Like that was not the purpose of the song, but I do think that I tend to vent my grievances and I think I have an agenda for like someone I might want to hear it that someone I would like dislike or whatever. So there's maybe a little bit of that in it, like some sort of I don't know where I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but
You're good,
generally
you're
I
good,
just make
you're
music
good.
about what I experience.
Do you have a specific lyric that's meaningful to you that you can remember off the top of your head right now?
Um, trying to think. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Apparently not off the top of my head, no. But
I mean, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You have a lot of songs.
I mean, dude, I think I Can't Fix Me is like a really accurate, even though it's like the whole album, it's the whole thing or whatever, but I think it's a really accurate description of how I feel. And I feel like it's really common for everybody to be like, yeah, you can fix yourself. You can do this. You can go to therapy. Like, you can do all that stuff. And I'm not saying that's not true, but like in my personal life, the experience has been I cannot. Like, I have tried. And like people who think that you can just fix yourself or like think that whatever, um, that's fine for them to have that view, but I would know more than anybody the amount of effort I put into trying to change my behavior, and it's almost like it has the opposite effect. And it could just be because it's coming from a critical perspective rather than like a positive one, but I have done so much to try to be more like the type of person that I want to be, and like dude, like insane amounts of effort so much like just writing all these long notes and trying to come up with these systems to like track what I'm thinking and like is it accurate or like is it this or is it that, like setting all of these reminders for like forgetfulness, which is a big problem in my life. um all kinds of stuff that I've tried to do to make myself like myself more, largely a failure. So it's like it really does feel like it's impossible. Like I've changed in some ways for the better, but it feels like something like the more I think about it, the more it feels stupid to think that I could just fix it. Like I don't think it's like that. I think people's emotional problems, especially if they come from like your childhood, I think I'm not trying to be negative or make someone not have like hope if they're feeling like they're making progress. Like that's good if you are. But for me, it feels like it's a much bigger beast than that. Like it feels kind of ignorant to think you could fix it on your own. I don't know if it's possible to fix it on your own. Like you might need some sort of therapy. I might or somebody because for me in my personal experience I can't fix it myself. So when I say that I'm this is like this is true. Like this is like I think this is true, and to me it feels meaningful because it's like kind of the opposite of the message that most people say, which is like, and I get why people are like that, but it's like positive, like you can get better, you can fix things, you can do these things. And again, I'm not trying to tell people they can't, but people do. But for me, that's not been my experience at all. So yeah, just to be totally
Honestly,
honest
Roof.
with you.
Honestly, Roof, that's fair enough. I love the honesty. Very deeply
When you
appreciate
say
the podcast.
when you say fixing yourself, can you give any like specifics on that? Like what do you mean exactly?
So like trying to listen to people better, like trying to pay attention when someone's talking to me, or trying not to talk about myself so much, or trying not to judge people. That's the biggest one. Is trying not to judge people. That is the one that creates the most like self-hatred because I know logically that all like we could get in this if you really want to get into the weeds. Like I could back up my reasoning. But I know logically that basically all of my judgments about people, even people I know, are technically false. Like they are subjective. It's not just that they're subjective. Like, well, it is that they're subjective, but it's that it goes deeper than that because there's actually nothing. There's no such thing as like a correct view of somebody. Like that might sound crazy, but I could explain it if you really want to. But trying not to judge people. Like it feels like this automatic thing. Like I see people, I feel a certain way about them, and that would be fine if like when it happened immediately, I was like, "Oh, Clayton, this is wrong." But what actually happens is I will just be in that mental state, and then maybe later that night or whenever I'll think, "Oh my God, like I just went through this whole day like acting like a maniac and like essentially thinking all these things about people or being super mad at somebody at work or whatever and all this stuff that's like technically normal human stuff. But when I think about it in detail, I'm never on my own side. Like a lot of people, they think back to a situation at work and they just get further entrenched in, yeah, I was right because they piss themselves off. But I know that the things I think when I'm angry are not reliable, and I can have, if I put forth the effort, I can have the empathy in almost every single situation to see that the way I reacted was wrong. And like basically always, and even if it wasn't wrong, it wasn't true like I thought it was. But despite this, my general mode of operating has not changed. Like at all. Like I still am like a judgmental person by nature. Like I get mad at things easily. Like there's so many like ugly tendencies I have that I have done the mental work to understand them, but I cannot seem to get them to stop, you know? So that's kind of what it is.
Nobody's perfect.
That's I 100% agree with that. I show the same stuff every day. It's a common feeling I feel like. 'Cause same thing, or I'll say something and I'll know it's wrong after an hour later. But sometimes it's hard to calm yourself down and relieve that anger sometimes, despite of wanting to forgive them. But
I don't even think I'm an angry person. Because I do think I have a generally good like it's very rare that I actually like lose my shit.
Yeah,
like I have a really good control over my temper, but
that's
like
fair.
I don't have a good control over like misunderstanding people and thinking they're like out to get me when they're not.
Honestly real. This is a crazy subject to jump to, but of course, my name is Zaxby's, so you gotta ask a question. Now, what's your favorite restaurant? Just so you know, I'm a ride or die motherfucker for Zaxby's, so
You should
let that be known, alright?
You should not answer Zaxby's.
Wait, let me see. There's a place I like, but it might literally just be super local, so I kind of don't know.
I mean, you could just do like out of
Stay
the.
here, stay here.
It's too local, but like literally, but
Fucked up name called Hoog.
I would probably say maybe overall, dude. I don't want to say Taco Bell, but I go to Taco Bell more than any place.
That's
but
so
Taco Bell is like
real.
my junk food go-to.
Yep.
That's not a Zaxby's though, twin. I'm gonna have to call the pickler up on my phone,
Zaxby's
twin.
doesn't open till 4 a.m.
That's true.
Since you
That's
say
true. But
Taco Bell,
Zaxby's.
What is your
Zaxby's
best
opens at 4 a.m.?
Baja
It
Blast
does not. I said it does not. It does not open at 4 a.m. Zaxby's is no one's opening Zaxby's at 4 a.m. Who's going to Zaxby's at 4 a.m.? It's fucking.
People
I don't know. I thought Nathan just said that.
No, he said Zaxby's.
No, I said
isn't
Zaxby's
because
isn't.
Taco Bell
It's not open.
Yeah, because I said
Taco Bell
that's
is
true.
open.
Okay, got it,
Okay.
got it,
Now
got it,
we're
got it,
all
got it.
getting backtracked.
Alright.
Now, okay. Next
Anyways,
question.
yeah.
What is your
Anyways.
What was your
Baja
young?
Blast
What was your
experience
younger
with Taco
years
Bell?
like, Rusty? Wait, okay, never mind. Sorry, say again, Nacho.
What is your best Baja Blast experience? Like the time it hit the best for you. You have to have one if that's your junk food place.
Dude, I'm gonna give the most boring answer to this, which is that I really don't drink Baja Blast, or like I try not to drink soda in general. I know it's like
That's
annoying,
fair.
like
No,
oh
that's
yeah,
fair. No,
okay,
that's
buddy.
good for your health.
Yeah.
That's
But
good
yeah.
for your health.
Honestly real.
Yeah, it's
Not
totally
even a bad
okay.
answer.
Well,
Not even a bad answer.
when did is there like a period where Taco Bell, or just like a moment that Taco Bell hit the most? Just general Taco Bell.
Like genuine appreciation for the food you were
Literally all the
Yeah.
time.
This is the deepest conversation we had
Yes.
yet with the podcast.
Dude, when I was
Taco Bell.
like
Dudes heard
16,
Taco Bell start opening up.
bro, when I was 16, they started doing the like back when the craving boxes were even crazier. They did like a $5 box, and if I remember right, I'm pretty sure you got a. This is probably wrong, but you got a burrito supreme, a 5-layer burrito. Dude, it was like the normal $5, like where you get the
Luke's
you get the
box?
5-layer burrito, you get the chalupa, you get the soft taco, you get the chips,
Drink?
and there was an additional item.
What?
It was like a burrito supreme. So you got all that plus something else, and it was $5.
Okay.
So me and my sister would go there, like, because that's like when I started working. We would go there like way too much, like constantly, and we would just eat it, and it was amazing.
It sounds like a banger,
That's
but it's
great.
not the Mr. Beast box that like Zaxby's had, dude. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just playing though. Uh, anyways, next question. What was your younger years in life like?
What was
And
your life like
this
as
is
a
Like I
where
said, like I
man.
said before, you can dodge this one. I would completely understand after everything you said so far. I would
No, it's
you could
interesting to
skip it.
answer. I just like I have to think for a second, like of what I want to like. Like my younger years they were pretty bad. Like so they like even though I was in like people think of like a private school environment as like a nice environment, and for a lot of people it is. But like and maybe this if I had like had a normal like family, private school would have been good or whatever. But like super religious upbringing, but on top of that, super emotionally unstable parents, mainly dad. So constant contradictory stuff. He has always been me and my dad don't have any kind of relationship, and uh, I don't know what I want. Like he's caused a lot of problems for me in my life. Like he abused me a lot when I was a kid. So like me and my older brother, especially, like it's like there were things that happened when I was around 9 that sort of changed a lot of that. But he was abusive to me, my brother, my mom. So there was a lot of stuff we experienced from him. It caused me to be extremely fearful, like all the time, like just constantly fearful. I was scared of like that's why I say in one of my songs I was afraid of the misters. Like I was afraid of all like adult men. So like in school I was afraid of people. I thought like everybody hated me. Like it was crazy. Like just the way it's so weird thinking back to it, but it's like crazy how like a kid's brain like when a kid experiences something you think that there's like like it's easy to minimize it because if it happened to you as an adult like you might be able to cope with it better, but if a kid has like only sort of learned this environment, that is like that's how the universe works to them. Like that's how the world works. So to me how the world works is that everybody was super angry, waiting to snap at any moment, whether that was true or not. So I was constantly scared of disappointing people. It caused lots of insecurity. I was in this Christian environment, so like I believed in God, but also it probably caused a lot of the judgmental tendencies I have, where everything's super judgmental, like women wearing pants is bad, like crazy nonsense, like literally just the worst. Okay, I hate to say the worst because like I told this to one person one time, and I was complaining, and their response was that not everybody had a nice private school upbringing like I did, and I'm like, okay, I get
Wow,
it, like
that's insane.
you hear the private school and you think like money or like niceness or something, but it was not my experience, like at all, like literally. So it was bad. However, as my younger years progressed and my mom remarried, things got better. They still weren't great.
I'm
Um,
glad to hear that it got a little bit better for you.
yeah, I mean, I wasn't getting the views anymore, but like there were still a lot of problems. I still have, beef with my stepdad and like I have issues with my mom still. I never really had a part of my childhood that was like normal or good, but I totally understand that that's unfortunately normal for a lot of people. So I don't think of myself as like a lone victim or whatever. It just sucks. But so yeah, my upbringing it sucked. I mean, I have a lot of pleasant childhood memories sprinkled throughout there, but it basically I think caused me to be how I am now. Once I
I mean,
moved out,
Hmm.
things got
Yeah.
better. But yeah, there you go. It
I'm
was
really
terrible.
glad to
That's
hear
my
that.
answer.
I
Wow.
hate that for you as your younger years because you are a really cool guy. But I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
I know it's like a crazy like I know when you usually ask people answers they don't like I mean there's a lot more I could say like obviously I didn't share like anything crazy like
yeah.
detailed but like I just don't like lying to people like I don't it's just not
I
I did
get
it a lot
that.
when I was a kid as a defense mechanism and it's made me hate it so I try to just tell people and I'm like if this is weird to them or like this is like whatever bro like if they're honest with themselves it probably wouldn't be weird.
Yeah, I personally think it's weird. I personally I don't know, I'm just kind of shocked a little bit overall, because it's just like I don't know. It's just so it's hard to be on, and I really can respect you doing it. I really can, and I'm really like so for really thankful you got out of that situation. Sorry you
And
went through that though.
it's
Uh,
all right. I mean, dude, like I said, like so many people, and it doesn't mean that it didn't suck, but like there are people who experience a lot of worse things, and like you could say that like there's benefits to every situation in the long run. I don't know exactly what the benefits are of it at this point, but like I think it's caused me to be more self-aware. Like I think
yeah,
that was probably a benefit because once I stopped believing in a lot of this stuff, I just never wanted to be like so wrong again. So I don't know. I do think that's been probably the biggest pro of all that is that it's after realizing all these problems and like thinking about them, it's just yeah, I don't know, increased self awareness that I didn't have at all, and I might have never had if I didn't. I don't even know exactly what caused it because I wasn't like that until an adult. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but I am
that's
thankful that I'm like self aware. I think that's good.
yeah. I think that situation probably developed that a lot. I personally think so. That's kind of what psychological stuff would do to you. At least that's what I kind of believe. But I mean, I'm very very sorry that happened.
It's
It's very
okay, man.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's all right. You don't gotta be sorry about it. Like,
I know, but
people like definitely like if not you, like other people in this call have experienced like things equally as horrible. Like everybody has terrible things, and it
true.
affects us in different ways. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks that most people have to deal with stuff like
Yeah,
humans
it
are kind
really
of
does.
all victims making each other victims. It really sucks.
Yeah, I really it makes the world a horrible place. I feel a lot of pity for a lot of people on the planet because I know a lot of people to this day are still experiencing stuff like that, and some of these people will not even be able to experience normal life past that. And it really just breaks my heart kind of to a degree for some of these people out here. 'Cause it's just like
Yeah.
I wish they had it better, and that kind of goes for you as well, and everyone else here in this call if they had a negative experience, 'cause like I guess before. Well, I never said this before on the podcast, but I fuck with everyone equally, no matter who they are. Well, pending to a degree, I support until it affects someone else's rights as a person. Like they should be able to be right to be had. It's just stuff like that. As long as they aren't hurting
Yeah.
no one, I fuck with everyone to that degree. But that's where I stand.
Yeah, I agree. Like that's the thing that's weird is like I just kind of want to say this because like the thing that's weird about life is like I do feel bad for people. Like I'll feel bad for my younger self sometimes when I think about it, but then I'll hate myself for doing that because it feels like I'm like self pitying or whatever. But like it's weird because like when you think of people and you think of all the terrible things people experienced, it's like oh these horrible people did this stuff to them. But like and it's not a emotionally satisfying thing to hear or to think about. But my view, like when I'm calm, is like truly that like when I think of my dad, like the stuff that my dad did, it's like it's easy to think, oh yeah, my dad's bad, like what a jerk, like what a dick,
Hmm.
whatever. But my dad had it. I don't know exactly how happened in my dad's childhood, but I've heard bits and scraps and like stuff, and from my what I've heard and like from talking to his dad and what my even my mom's told me about, which would be like probably the last person to talk nicely about my dad he had it way worse than me as a kid. So it's like, and I know people
Mm.
hear that and be like, okay, well, that doesn't make it right. And it's like, if people can just try to resist that impulse for a second and like hear it out, that does, in my view, that is why he is. It's like, it's easy to think, oh,
Yeah.
well, he could have
Yeah,
done this or he could have done that to like be better. But it's like, it's just a terrible it's not that it's terrible but it's not an accurate way to look at things if you had put two of my dads in parallel universes through the same lives and one of them went to therapy and got totally better then maybe you can make the argument but everybody's experiences are so different the thoughts they think that come up are so different the everyone's so different that I don't think it's makes sense to say, oh well, this person was physically abused and they didn't end up beating people. So if you do that as an adult, like you're just a bad person for doing it. You could have gotten better or like whatever, because it's not that simple. So at the same time, even though I don't like my dad, and like as a normal person in normal emotions, I actually kind of hate my dad sometimes. But at the same time, I do understand that like it's hard to do because if like you have to like put yourself aside and it feels like you're invalidating your own emotions. But when I think about my
Mhm.
dad, he probably had a worse childhood than me by a lot. His life is probably worse than mine, and it's not his fault what he experienced either. And then it's like, how far do you go down? Because once you start getting to his dad, you just stop caring. You're
Yeah.
just like, look, someone's got to be to blame. Like, fuck somebody. But I don't think that's really accurate, even though it's emotionally satisfying and it's what we're like naturally evolved to think like. So I just want to say that because at the same time of understanding all this, just in case anyone was listening to this, I also do understand that completely. So it's a weird cognitive dissonance that I have. But yeah.
Yeah. I want to add on to that because I literally have the exact same belief of which no one is inherently evil. It's what made a person the way they are. No one does something just to fuck someone up. There's a reason behind everything. That's
And
what
even
I
if they
believe
do it
personally.
just to, like, even if someone does something just to fuck somebody over, like, why do they have this why do they have this desire to
Exactly.
fuck somebody over?
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
But I agree with you all the way there. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. No, I think you're
It's
exactly
crazy,
right
type
with
shit.
bro.
that. A
Very
lot
good
of times the
conversation.
abuse just becomes the abuser.
Honestly, it's
It's
really
good like
unfortunate.
when
But
you can recognize that, so now you can kind of break that cycle.
yeah, fortunately, I don't feel like that. And great people, some of the best people I've met in my life. Just amazing fucking people that broke the cycle. Just great people, and I'm very proud of them for doing that. Just
Yep.
amazing people in general. I love motherfuckers like that. Best motherfuckers on the planet. Uh, good topic. But next question.
Yeah.
Is there any? So obviously I can't hear about any. Two, I don't want to hear no unreleased music type shit. But is there any future projects we can look forward to the future of the Rasti community?
I hope so. I mean, I'm working on music. Like, I think once I started making the album, I've like fixed my music making process. Like, I've just had so many things go on as an adult that have been like serious distractions from music. Like, just I don't know, random stuff. Um, but like over basically since like 2024, beginning of 2024, I've been making music a lot more consistently. That's how I was able to put out an album. I mean, I work on music. I try to work on it every day that I have off, which is literally 2 days a week. I mean that's normal, right? But like, it doesn't feel like enough time to me because I have to do chores on the one day, whatever. But yeah, I mean,
Well, I
I would like to
mean,
make another project if possible. But right now, I'm just trying to make music, and then if I feel like putting it out as
yeah.
singles or EP or whatever, we'll see what happens.
I was
But
just curious.
I like
I
doing
know you're gonna
albums.
make more music, but I was just curious if like anything's in the works as of right now. Like, that's kind of more what I meant. But I mean,
Just random like songs. Like none of them are
that's
done.
fair
I mean,
enough.
one of them's technically done, but it's probably scrapped. But yeah.
Honestly, real. Honestly, real. What is Rasti's favorite show?
Um, dude, I don't know. I gotta like. This isn't the answer I want to give, but it's the answer I have to give. Okay, Rick and Morty seasons 1 through 4, and no more
That's
than
a
that.
banger. That's a banger. That's a banger. I know a
After
banger. A
four fell
banger.
off.
That's a
After
banger.
four fell off.
Well, I
Yes,
agree
and
with
it
that
never
all the
recovered.
way.
Hmm.
Yes,
Holy shit. Rasti's
I
Rick
like a
and
lot of
Morty
different
fan.
types of shows, but that one's been. It's just, yeah, dude. It was
Okay,
so funny, bro.
this is something you didn't want to do over messages, but I started out anyways. So in a previous Spinner Open episode, we had a rap battle competition. I don't have no one for you to rap against, but I would love to hear you spit a freestyle bar if you're willing to, or if you can, as to follow the band or
Dude,
no band
I
tradition.
told you about this, bro.
I know you don't have to, though. You don't have to. We can skip it. We can skip it. I don't understand, but it's for the band or no band tradition.
Um, I like eating chicken. Me and your mom be bitching. Inside the kitchen, she's
Hmm.
slipping while I
Woo!
lay down. I put my dick in. That's not good. Um, she likes eating
Look,
cake. Her face is a mistake, though.
I just come back to.
Wish that she
so
would
he's
die
spitting a bar.
instead of living in my space. I'll put her in the dumpster. Throw dirt onto her face.
Damn!
Um,
Like Daxter now.
nobody could love her.
Fucked up.
She's
That's a good question.
Then I'll go.
such a fucking disgrace. That's all I got, bro. Okay,
I loved it.
your
I
mom's
loved it.
horrible,
Look,
I guess.
look,
I
look,
sh-
look, dude.
Freestyle
Black.
Rasty's a different creature than normal Rasty music. Okay.
Trust me. Black So, for those who know, would not stand a chance, dude.
Those
He would
who
have not stood a
know.
chance. Those who know,
Adding a
those who
little
know. All
flow
right.
to a previous
I
episode.
write slow, but like I can think of rhymes and try to do something like that, but
No,
it's
dude.
generally nonsense.
Everyone else, mainly on the episode, literally just used AI. I shit you not. Like we had one dude there. He called in a friend to watch him rap his AI rap, and he like just did like fucking 3 layers of AI verses. It was crazy. Like he went all
You'll
out. He
never
was like,
hear me do that or see me do
yeah,
anything
no,
like
I'm
that.
telling you, dude. This motherfucker, he muted himself to practice the rap before he came at this motherfucker. Because it was a rap battle against 2 people, and he was
I
practicing
would
that
lose a
shit, dude.
rap
He was.
battle for sure, but yeah.
I mean, look, the rap battles there weren't too crazy. They were just for shits and
Dude,
giggles,
a rap
type
battle is a
shit.
lot to ask of people at the same time. Like that's hard, dude. It really is hard. If
Dude,
you're
they
actually
was
It is.
doing freestyle,
they was
Black
so
Soul
hard.
trying,
popped
dude.
off, dude.
He did though. He was hard as fuck with it.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, dude.
Well, it's
That
different
feels
because he wrote a whole thing. He took time to literally wrote something down. It wasn't
that's
off,
what I'm
He
saying,
literally pulled
dude.
up a
Like
beat and he was
off the top of your
practicing.
head,
I'm
just
telling you,
different from
that
writing
motherfucker
it
called up
down.
one of his homeboys to fucking Jordan to his ass too, dude. He was like, he called up the posse and shit, bro. Like,
Yeah, just to watch.
it's crazy. So
I
this
got
is
a
a weird
question
one.
for you. Or no, you ask yours.
Okay, go for it. Oh, I was just gonna. Here's a song of the album. It's called Pollution. You already talked about pollution, but because I know you don't talk about the meaning of it too much to let it just kind of marinate. Up to you. Like I said before, all these questions are completely up to you if you can answer them. Uh,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that mainly? How do you feel about animal and food products? That's kind of a little bit political, but not too political. But we don't have to answer it. So,
So, like, I'm not vegan, but I have almost became vegan multiple times because and I say that almost became vegan, and what I mean by that is like I've seen videos and I've been like, okay, and I've heard the arguments and I've been like, okay, there's no way for me to eat meat and not be a hypocrite in some way. Because like the argument and like people get annoyed at vegan people, but what they actually are annoyed at is people who don't understand them and are mad at them when they're just living their life and are freaking out over nothing and they don't understand it. People don't like that. That's generally the people that get flack in all spaces. Like people imagine like Karen or whatever, he's screaming at them, and so then they equate that to vegan or whatever, and then they get mad at it. But the arguments are logically sound. Like there's all kinds of arguments to make. Like okay, if it's not wrong to kill chickens, like is it? What if it's a human? Well, no. Well, what's the difference? Well, humans are smarter. Okay. Well, what if you have a stupid human? Oh no, you still can't do it. Well, what if it's a brain dead human? Like they'll do all this type of stuff. They'll be like they'll crazy and they break it down to the point where you realize that there isn't really a reason other than the fact that you wouldn't eat a human because it seems gross. Like that's the reason. That's the real reason is it seems disgusting. It's not because of any logical reason. And I don't think any morals are. I think most morals are not based on logic. They're just based on our emotions and we state our emotions like they're objective facts. And a lot of times our emotions align. Anyways, all that to say, the reason I'm not vegan is because I just don't care enough. Like, and I
Fair
know
enough.
that's
Just
not the
so
answer people want to hear, especially when they're vegan. Like, it's just like, well, you just don't care. It's like, yeah, I'm a hypocrite. Like, I just don't care. Like, I literally don't. Like, when I go to Chipotle, I eat a chicken bowl. I've seen the videos of chickens getting killed. Sometimes if I think about, not chickens, but if I think about cows, I'll feel kind of bad. Sometimes I'll even be like, all right, let me get like an Impossible Burger, whatever, feel good about myself. I think the way that they're treated is unnecessarily terrible. I think like lab grown meat would be a good thing, but like at the same time, the best logical argument, which is not why I eat meat because I just don't care. That's the truth. But if you do want the best logical argument for it, it is that whether I, Clayton, eat meat or not, it's not going to change anything about how it's produced. It's
That's
only
how I
going to
feel
make my
too.
life harder.
Yeah.
So, but that's not why I do it. I do it because I just don't care. And I just want to say, and I don't say that to be cruel. I just say that to be honest because I don't like when people give reasons that aren't true to try and make themselves seem justified. So
I
that song
respect that
isn't,
so much.
yeah, and that song, like, it's sort of, there was some overlap in my brain when I was making it, but truly, I just wanted to make a song where I said crazy shit and it wasn't something about people because you can't really say anything crazy about people because they're going to be part of some group and people are going to think you're talking. Like, if I talked about, like killing children, that would be insane. People wouldn't want to, people would be very off put by that. If I talked about killing like even people in a specific country, like people think that's something. So it's like I'm like, okay, how can I just wanted to be crazy and like aggressive and just like violent. And I know it sounds weird, like why would you want to do that? Well, if you
Nah, I
think
get
that
it.
if you've ever watched a slasher film or a horror movie, like it's because it's interesting. It's because it's fun. It's not because I want to kill anybody. It's because it's fun. It's fun to just say crazy shit and be crazy sometimes. That's why you go on GTA 5 and you get a 5-star wanted level and you mow down everybody on the beach. That's why you do it. It's because it's fun.
Right.
So
Right.
that was what that song was. It's just like I just want to say crazy shit. This seems like a topic I could do that would be like people would feel uncomfortable listening to it. I wanted someone to listen to it and feel conflicted because they liked how it sounded, but were like, these lyrics are weird. That was my goal, and I think I achieved it when
I
I
kind
let
of
people
felt a
listen
little
to it.
bit like that with the piss reference a little bit. That was a little bit too much for me, but that's just my opinion. But I agree with wanting to
I
express
guess
that
I also think I have a
emotion.
morbid sense of humor too. Like in
I
reality, like I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to chickens. And I thought about
yeah,
putting
I
I
don't
mean, I
blame.
did put something at the end, but I thought about doing like a bunch of disclaimers. I thought about all these type of things, but like I felt like for each one I wrote, it just took away from the insanity of the song. Like I didn't want to give such a sober um preface to something, but like if I actually see someone hurt an animal, obviously it makes me upset. It makes me feel sick. Like I hate it like when someone's mean to anything else, like cruel. But when I think of someone just like bragging about doing like pissing and like giving it LSD and all this fuck shit, like bragging like this is a good thing, to me that's really funny. And someone might not be able to understand those coexisting, but for me they coexist very well because I don't care. I don't lie to myself about what's funny. To me it was just funny, even though it's fucked up, even though I think it's terrible if it actually happened. The idea of someone bragging about it to me was funny. So yeah, I know that sounds
Get
weird
that.
or like whatever, but yeah.
And that not really, but I understand why I would make a song like that. I get it too. I listen to certain songs to, especially if I'm upset, something like that. It helps me kind of just get in my feels. You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
to
I
express
think also
myself to
like
a degree.
when you make music, especially how I make music, like you're so in your head about like how is this like usually with me it's people I know. It's not like a random person. It's like, what will my mom think of this? What will my girlfriend think of this? What will my brother think of this? You know, these people I know. What will they think when they listen to the song? You feel yourself, you don't want to say something that this person might like with my family, especially when I talk about it. It's like I don't want to misunderstand something or I don't want to do this. Or I've had people say song stuff about my songs. Like I like this about your song. I like that about your song. So that's always in my head. So the purpose of this song was just to like fuck all that and be crazy. Like just be insane. That's what I did.
Not sure what was your
I'll
question for him?
explain that.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say I'm on your Spotify here, and I don't know if you've used any other streaming services, but on Spotify, I see you have a couple songs that are over 1 million like streams, and this one has 4.6 million, which is crazy. Like that's a big number. So I was gonna ask, how did it feel when your first song got to 1 million? Like, how did that make you feel?
Um, I didn't. I don't even know if I knew when it specifically hit 1 million or anything for me. But like the moment that I think of when you say that is just when boards started getting popular, which is that I was like super pumped for like probably a month. I guess I was super amped up because before that, like when you're making music and you think it's good, but you put it out over and over again, nobody listens to it. Nobody listens to it. The only people who listen to it is people you know from school or whatever. You just start feeling like, is my judgment sound? Like, is it am I just delusional? Like, a lot of people make music think it's good. Like, is there something wrong with me? Like, I show it to people, they say they like it, but I'm standing there, all this second guessing. So when that finally happened, I felt so like I knew it. I knew that this I didn't just make shit. Which, to be fair, most of my songs up to that point, they were some of them are good, but a lot of them weren't good. But anyways, so I felt all of my hope restored from like when I first started. Like I was like, oh my god, I can. This is actually I can actually do this, and I wasn't wrong. I just need to get this in front of people. So yeah, it was super exciting. I was really happy about it. But like everything in life,
Well,
unfortunately, you do adapt to it, which sucks. But yeah. So and I'm glad it's done that well, like over time. But Yeah, I mean, over time, you just like I've seen it every day for 6 years. Like, have a lot of streams, so it's just how much can your brain have an emotional reaction to it?
For real.
Maybe a month. You know,
Kind of
like
like it's
to
kind
give
of
a
like getting
realistic answer.
desensitized. I get it. You know,
Yeah,
desensitized is a good way to put it. I feel, but
like truly, like doing something like this where I actually talk to people, which I've done a few times, probably gives you way more of a lasting thing because when it's just you're just looking at a number on a screen, like.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like when you play a video game, man. You get to a certain level and it's like finally, but then you get used to it. It's you're just looking at a number, so it's different than it has nothing to do with you're not really thinking about how it affects people. That has more of a impact, I think. Yeah.
Get behind that. Get behind that. I know you dropped an album previously to I Can't Fix Me called Stuck. Oh, I think it's an album. I think it's a previous one, but it's called Stuck Inside. Would you have taken any different like creativity ways than what you did? Would you do anything differently with that album? Like as modern time Rasty, or would you just keep it all the exact same?
No, so when I first put that album out, it had 20 songs on it. So over time, and this is what no one knew about me or whatever, but yes, I would because I've changed it multiple times. The track list, the only songs on it that were on it originally is Stuck Inside, Blanket Fort, and Me and the Boys. That's it. The other couple, Police Car Missing Child taped up, those I added after the fact. So those are newer, like end of 2020, I think I made those. Um, I kept changing it because there were so many songs in there. There are songs in there that were genuinely bad. And I know when I tell some people, like, I'll take down a song and they'll be like, oh my God, I liked that song. And it seems dumb that I like didn't took it down or whatever. But there were songs in there that were actually bad, and I just kept changing it over time. I stopped. I think the last time I changed it was like 2 years ago to have it what it is now. So yes, I would because I did. If I was to make it now, um, I would have like put way more of a focus on quality than quantity, and like I would
True.
have um like thought about the lyrics a lot more. Like there would be way less cringe if I made it now. So, and I don't think any of
Honestly,
it's that's on there is cringe now, but in the older songs, definitely.
I did love the song Stuck Inside a lot. That's like my one of my favorite songs we ever dropped was Stuck Inside. Probably like second to Fluid. I really fucked with Fluid. I don't know what it is about Fluid, but I fucking like Lord, love that song
Yeah,
too
yeah. No,
much,
no
dude.
hate to any of the songs that are on the album as it is today.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
because I
yeah,
like that's why they're on there is because I still like them. There's
yeah,
older
yeah.
ones that I didn't like. That's what I'm talking about.
Fair enough, fair enough. Uh, what is your process in making or specifically writing songs? What's your process in doing that? Where do you start? Like, what is your like what really just gets you going before you decide to write?
Um, so I used to, when I was more rap, like when I did more rap based stuff, I would usually write lyrics first and then try to fit them to beats afterwards. What I do now is I'll find beats or instrumentals or whatever, and if I think it sounds really good, well, first thing is like believe me, it would be definitely harder to make a beat than find them. But I'm extremely picky with beats, so it takes me forever to find beats that are good. It literally takes me literally hours and hours and hours, and I've tried to streamline the process. This is a side tangent, but I just gotta say this. 2 years ago, when I had an Android phone, because you can do like automations, I made an automation that would track what beats I skipped based on who made them and the title, and it trained a what's it called? A naive Bayes algorithm, just an AI, on which ones I was likely to skip. And then once I felt like I had enough training data, I used that to skip through the shitty beats because it would just take so much time.
Was
It
it
did not
efficient?
help.
Oh dang.
Yeah, like it would just there was just too much garbage. Like it's like you still it takes too long. I tried other stuff where it would skip to like a 30-second mark. Like let me hear it once it actually gets going. All this type of stuff. I had this. Oh, someone just left.
Yeah, it's
Um,
fine. Just
Yeah,
other
that's
random.
okay.
pretty good.
I had this thing where it would grab like playlists of beats from YouTube, cut them into the middle 60-second part, have them fade in and fade out, and then I would put like have them all download as files. And I just like literally vibe coded this stuff with ChatGPT. Actually, at the time, I probably did more coding myself because I do know how to write Python. But um, so yeah, I've tried to streamline it. Takes forever. So, anyways, hours and hours to find beats. I wish I could make them on my own, but I cannot. Then once I find a beat that's good, I will just make random sort of melody, like random nonsense gibberish. I'll be talking where I'm doing it, like just whatever melody I can think of with like half the time it's not even words or it's just something random like what I was doing in my freestyle till I sort of see a rhyme scheme that sounds good or a melody that sounds good. This takes forever. Usually I'll do that and then I'll write stuff and then I'll go back and after listening to the song a couple times, like what parts of the song do I think are weak, like not good enough, and then I'll try to fix those because I don't want any part of my song to be bad. Like I don't want a slow part of the song that you have to get through to get to the part you actually like, even though it's probably
Mm.
still that way for people. So I actually end up changing my lyrics a lot to try to fit new melodies, but generally I come up with the melody and try to write the lyrics to that. But on top of that, usually when I hear a beat, I will have an idea of the general theme I want with the lyrics. Like with a lot of the songs, I think most of them I had an idea of what I want it to be about. So I'll sort of have an about idea, like this is going to be about my mom, or this is going to be about murdering animals, and then I'll just try to do it as I'm like, yeah. So it's melody first, writing second. Sometimes it feels constraining, but I think that's really important for it to sound as good as possible
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's about the words you use too. Like you might have the same melody, like it might be like I don't even know because I'm actually not that good at singing. Like, but because I have to do mainly vocal takes. But you could be like jingle bells, or you could say jingle Santa. Like
Type
that's gonna
shit.
sound worse. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound as good. So you have to sort of know the rhyme scheme before you write the lyrics
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
want it to sound good. So it's honestly difficult, but it's very fun. So that's I hope that answers. That was kind of a lot, but whatever.
Lovely answer. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Uh, we have another challenge for you, similar to the previous Band to No Band challenge. We had a spelling bee. It's called Spelling Nerds. Like 3 6 months, something like that. And I have a word for you to spell because I don't know why I like make people spell this word, but I love it. But the word is fire extinguisher.
Okay. Obviously, FIRE.
Yup, yup, yup.
EXTINGUISHER.
Yep, you're right. Correct. That's correct. You got it right.
Yes.
Round of
I'm actually
applause.
glad I
Round
got
of
that right.
applause. I struggle with it too. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a rough one. Rough word.
Gotta sound it out. Yeah.
Exactly. Unfortunately, I don't have no more because I didn't really prepare that much, and
That's all right,
just
man. That was a
one
lot.
small challenge.
That's
One small
good.
challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another band or no band kind of thing. In the past, not even recently. I don't know if you looked at the channel at all, but we posted this scary stories video. What is your most scary story, in your opinion? Well,
Hmm.
it's up to you. Like before, it's up to you if you want to say it. Skip it if you want to. Don't want to put that pressure on.
I I'm actually gonna skip that one because I've not ever had any like supernatural experiences ever or anything like creepy. So my scary stories are just gonna be depressing, like generally, like literally,
Okay.
like this.
I am.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
I'm
but like,
so no. You are. I'm so glad you said that because we had some crazy dudes say some
Oh
stuff that
man.
I was uncomfortable with completely, like
Oh
stuff
my
that kind of
gosh.
traumatized me to hear. I'm so
Dude, you have
glad
no
you.
idea.
I don't
dude,
even want to get into it.
Holy crap.
It was
was it
fucking
just like something that
horrible.
happened to him, or like was there a
It was
supernatural
some
element?
crazy, no, it was just like stuff like childhood,
Oh yeah,
horrible
yeah, yeah.
stuff.
I
Horrible
can
stuff.
message you it later if you would like me to, but it was
It's like,
like
Oh my
yeah, that's
gosh.
just
this shit.
It
This
was
shit
like,
caused this motherfucking schizophrenia. He told us it gave him schizophrenia. It was that
yeah.
bad.
It was one of
Like,
those things where like I couldn't tell if he was being edgy and like lying or if he was serious, but I think he was telling the truth. Dude, it was
I,
bad.
dang,
I don't know.
that
It
sucks for
was.
that guy.
We had to
Yeah.
like scrap that whole portion of the video because like literally after he said that, everyone went silent. Whole mood just kind of died because
Like we
like no
yeah.
one
Like what do we say to that dude? Like holy
like
crap.
I don't know because like we're over here
Oh
asking
man.
like because like I guess it wasn't as smart idea to ask scary stories, but it's like a Halloween special kind of thing. So we're over
Well,
here just
yeah, I
Yeah, you
mean,
should say
trying to
shoot,
come up with
spooky
dude.
or something.
yeah
So
Yeah,
like,
spook.
spooky,
Yeah, I
but
okay.
mean,
he's every
people
story we
just
heard.
drop their
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Worst
fucking
trauma on us,
traumatizing.
which is
Yeah,
okay, honestly.
exactly.
I mean, I don't even mind really, but
What
it's
was the
crazy.
worst thing you ever experienced in your entire life? That's kind of what it is.
Yeah,
What is
well,
the
I mean, like,
worst memory you have?
I don't know. I don't know. I was not thinking when I came with the idea, but you know what?
What depresses you the most?
You know, we
Yeah,
thug it out.
man.
Some of
What's your
them, yeah,
deepest, darkest
we did
trauma?
get Trump Boy in there. Trump Boy was a banger. I'm not gonna lie to you. He
Trump
was
blows a banger.
making love type of shit,
Making
dude.
love,
He'd
making
say
love,
that
making
shit.
love, making love.
I
Okay,
even get
here's
that when
another.
people ask like what's your biggest fear? Sometimes even in interviews with like celebrities, you'll get like really deep answers, like something about them dying alone or like a really specific like horrible way. Like you're
Well, I
like,
mean,
oh,
Right.
okay,
yeah.
how about that then? What's your biggest fear in life? Then how about that? That's a better question.
Um, I don't know. My biggest like individual fear would be like, what would I feel the most terrified of if it happened? But generally, it is just nobody thinking about me. It's not even that they have to think about me, just not being of value to anybody, like just being worthless to people.
That
And it
that's
comes from,
horrifying to me too.
yeah, I think that's probably what drives me the most. It's not healthy, but yeah.
All right, here's another weird one. It's not too weird. It was kind of so we had this person. His name was Suds. About 6 months ago,
Yep.
she around that time as well. And basically, he had this evil plan to take over Earth. And I was going to ask you, what is your evil plan to take over Earth? Where would you begin? Who would your accomplice be to take over Earth?
Oh man, this is a good question. Hold on, let me think. Dude, I've heard so many like sci-fi stories that I'm like, that could happen.
Well, it
Um,
can be something goofy. This person was talking about he would separate everyone by race and give them Teddy Grahams and just all this weird, crazy stuff. He's like younger though, so I mean, it's kind of funny. It's kind of silly, so we kind of fucked with it, but you know.
Damn, he's probably fuck, man. I missed when I was funny. Fuck. Yeah, no, like when I was younger, I'd probably be more likely to just say a bunch of random like something
Oh, he
about like
did.
like
He
making people
did.
eat crunch wraps so they
Oh
die or
yeah.
something like.
No, trust me, dude. If you go back in the old episodes, Suds, dude, he is a unit. He's the most
Love
funniest
Suds, dude.
fucking
He's the
kid I've
best.
ever met, dude. I shit you not. Like, he's like a little brother to me, man. Like, I love that little motherfucker. Like, you know, he's just great kid, great heart, cares about
How
everyone.
old is he?
It's
I'm
probably
not
like what, 12 or
sure.
13?
12 or 13,
I think
yeah.
like 13. I think he's in like
Yeah, I
middle
don't.
school. It's probably like 13.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
dude, kids are
he
funny.
goes
Kids say
hard.
some funny
I know
stuff.
they are. But what's your evil plan? It doesn't have to be nothing hilarious. Something like, you know, like I'm Rasti, I'm gonna make evil political music take over the earth, and you know.
I mean, there's two ways I go about it, which is one, it would just be something with AI taking over, like people getting used to, trusting. I've heard like this whole podcast. I was like really good about like the AI super intelligence and like it's being automatically checked by other AIs that think it's aligned and it seems like it's totally aligned, but it's actually not. And it does like genuinely, it makes humanity like an actual paradise, like and everything's good, and then it kills everybody. So like they all reap the
Damn.
benefits and they're like
Hmm.
living their actual dreams. Like, oh, we did it. Like we aligned it and it's good. And it lets all that happen before it finally is like, all right, now I can get rid of them because they're annoying, or not that they're annoying, but they're a waste. So maybe something like that with an AI. But I think like a virus would be good. Like, I mean, I love the game Infection. I play that sometimes, like where you try to take over the world. It'd probably be something like that. Like I wouldn't want to take over the world, but if I did, it would be
Yeah, I
like
mean,
if I could control it. Like if I had an AI that could tell me how to make a virus, I would make a virus that is like dormant. Like people get it, they don't know they have it. If this is assuming I could just be God and have like unlimited power and just
yeah, yeah,
make a
yeah.
virus that no one's immune system detects and is dormant. Sure, easy. Do that, and then I would have some kind of trigger that I could do that would like trigger one person's virus to turn super deadly, and then it's like sets off a chain reaction, like a bomb or something, and then everybody just dies. Just they're just gone. They all had it. They didn't know. They had no idea, and then I don't know. I shot this chemical in my backyard that it's custom made or whatever. I don't know if you can even do that, but probably not. But and then everyone died. Something like that. Give everyone a virus and have them all die.
Who
Or
would your accomplice be though for it all?
What?
GPT-9.
GPT-9. With the GPT.
Dude,
Dude,
bro, something
get
else totally
Gronk as your
unrelated
Good
to
answer.
other
my
right
life.
hand
Good answer.
man, dude.
Bro, I'm a hater when it comes to AI and like music or like creativity, but I am not a hater when it comes to AI and like like utility. Like, dude, this might be totally like off the topic of this thing, but like I don't know if you guys know anything about AI. Like, or do you follow anything about AI or like the models that
I
get
mean,
released
I've
or
Yeah, I
been
mean,
anything?
following your stories and what. I have a whole page dedicated to you don't liking AI. It's like my page dedicated to hating Kendrick Lamar, but it's the AI.
There's a lot of things about AI that annoy me, like, but when there's certain things that don't, and it's just because of my bias. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, this AI can replace programmers. Awesome, I can make an app. But when it comes to music, it's like, no, this is terrible. But
Exactly. Yeah.
like, yeah, like, but like Google announced Gemini 3 Pro last week, and like I've been using it. Like I said, like I learned how to write Python a couple years ago. I'm kind of rusty, but like, rusty.
Ooh,
But
Python's a good language.
yeah, it's easy. Like it's literally like, yeah, it's great. But generally, I just don't have any ideas for stuff. Like I used to have tons of ideas. Like I used to do like delivery. This wasn't Python, but like I used to do like Spark and like DoorDash and stuff. So I would use an app called MacroDroid to set up anything I could save myself time. Like my dream, which would have never happened because I'd have to be way smarter and have way more resources, was like this is like, you know, Elon Musk set him totally aside, just forget the name. But he said something at one point, which was like with a Tesla, any user interaction is error. And I thought,
Yep.
oh, that's a cool idea. So I wanted to do that with my phone. Whereas like if I have to give interaction. So I did all this crazy stuff. Like if I get to this order screen and there's a slider, slide it for me. Or like I had it like when I was like becoming more like self like reflective, I had it like analyze my outgoing text messages for bias and all this type of stuff, which I think that's a bad use of AI. I think you should figure out yourself. But anyway, all
Right.
this to say, I've been using this new model, bro, 3 Pro. I haven't done a lot of coding in forever, but it can just make all kinds of stuff. Like I wanted a way to clock into my job without me having to do it on my phone because like you can do it through the web browser, but if you're within range, you can just use the app. But if you're out of range, you got to use the web browser. So, like I have various restrictions on my phone. Like I just set them up because I'm on my phone too much. So I have like certain apps I don't allow myself to have. And since there's a bug where you can still download them, the easiest way is to like age restrict it, like nothing over age 4, which might sound retarded or not retarded. Sorry, but like that's the word I use. But like it might sound stupid, okay? But it works for me. Like it's the best thing for me to do. Otherwise, I'm like like I said, like with the way my attention is, I'll just go on my phone whenever I have free time. So, anyways, all this to say, I don't have the Safari app, but I can still use websites through Google Maps. So if I really want to Google something like really bad, I can find the stupid Google location and go to the website and then do a Google search. All this super tedious just to discourage myself from using it. Something I've been interested in is like the light phone. Anyway, I was like, wouldn't it be so cool if I could clock out without having to do this, but without having to go to the app, find the Paylocity building and go to this stuff? That'd be so cool. And then I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I didn't have to remember to clock out at all because I forget all the time. Like I leave work and then I forget while I'm leaving. So I asked Gemini to do it, and it can use the web browser now on its own and like go to the website. You just give it your credentials, whatever. Probably a bad thing to do for security, but anyways. And it can do it all. It just opens the web browser and it's like it just goes to the website, it puts in the information, goes next. I gave it the answers to my security questions, like if it asks, and answers it in, gets to the thing. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then I was like, all right, but that's kind of slow. I'll try to set it up myself. And I mentioned it to Gemini, and it makes a whole script. I don't even know how it does.
Nice.
The script opens and does it all instantly, bro. It fills in all the information like so fast, like just flies through it in literally 1 second gets to the website instead of the 20 seconds with the AI thinking. Just made the whole thing and it just worked perfectly. And I was like, bro, this is crazy. Like maybe that's not crazy to someone who has more technical knowledge, but like to me that was insane that I didn't even ask it to do it. I was like,
crazy.
bro, this is crazy. So that's something that is exciting to me, but also insane. Anyway.
Okay. Now, this one's gonna be way less brain cell power, all right? But I've had a lot of messages. I've had a lot of messages recently in my thing after people were hearing about the podcast, and they said, "When's Rasti gonna say 6'7"?"
Oh man, dude, the thing is, I actually
man.
work. dude, I work with kids, so like that's one of my jobs. Like I literally work like I'm in charge of like I don't want to say what it is.
For real?
Like I mean, I work at the Boys and Girls Club. I could say that. Like there's a lot of them. So I work at the Boys and Girls Club. So I'm like a YDP there. So I work with kids a lot. I've said 6'7" a million times. You know, I don't. I find the intonation they do it like because these kids spam it all day, 6'7",
dude.
6'7", constantly, bro. Like it drives you literally nuts. But like one of the people that I work with, he's actually my boss, but he's not usually at our club. He actually decided he was going to start making the kids write sentences for saying 6'7". To me, that is
Real.
insane. But I get the annoyance. But at the same time, I think it's important to like, especially when you do work with kids, you can't be like, you cannot be resistant to, you can't be old, okay? You can't be like, oh my God, this is so stupid just because it's not the meme you had when you were a kid that was also stupid. Like, they're not even stupid. Like, it's annoying, but like it's not anything different other than basic human
Real,
social
real.
garbage.
Right.
Like when I was younger, we'd say 21, we'd yeet things, we'd do all this whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Real.
It's different.
it was the
though,
same
dude.
garbage.
It's
Adults
different.
thought it was
It's
stupid, and we
different.
thought they were boring for thinking that. So you don't want to be the boring adult. Like you don't want to be that guy. But I still think it's
Right.
annoying when they spam it all day.
That's real. That's so real. That's so real. You know. Here's another brain rot kind of question. All right.
Is it favorite block?
Do you know who Adrian is?
Was there a last name or no?
No, just like the Adrian. Explain our friend
Adrian.
group. Yeah.
No. I'm pretty out of touch with a lot of like
Okay, that's
stuff.
fair enough. Okay, I just skips that question. I was gonna ask you what do you think about his friend group, but you know, you don't know his friend group, so here's one that's this correlates with the questions I just asked you, and it's gonna work really well with it. Actually, I feel like. How do you feel about modern internet humor and how it will affect our future generations?
I mean, I'm not a kid. Like, I hang out with them a lot, like at work. I hate even when I say sentences, bro. Like, people are so annoying with children. Like, not to go on a side tangent, but like, you even tell people you work with kids. Just for the record, for anyone listening there, if someone says they work with kids, don't make any weird jokes. That is like so dumb and stupid, and it makes you look like an idiot. And anyways, people do that because they think it's funny. Like, oh my god, but it's like no, that's like a real. People are actually like, yeah. Anyway, makes me uncomfortable when people do that. Regardless, I hang out with kids at work. I just didn't want it to be clipped out of context or whatever. When I'm hanging out with kids.
Right.
But from my perspective, like I think that like it's just I could be wrong about it. Like maybe it's just me trying not to be old or whatever. Like I mean I'm older, like I'm 24, but like maybe it's me just trying not to be unable to relate to them, but I really don't think it's anything that crazy. Like, I do
Fair
think it's
enough.
bad for kids to be scrolling shorts or TikTok all day. That's a separate thing. And we could talk about that. But, like, as far as, like, the actual jokes, like, it's just, like, it's classic, just, like, random, stupid humor, a lot of it. There's tons of context that, like, we don't understand because we're older. So, like, you know, there's, like,
Fair
what these
enough. Fair
kids
enough.
watch, like, a 10-year-old's experience of the internet is going to be very different than mine. So they're going to have all this
Oh
context.
yeah,
You see some random short that
Yeah.
seems like stupid garbage, but to them, it's like the person they know or like a streamer they know or this thing they saw in this other. It's a whole culture that we're out of touch with. So I think
Oh,
people
right. You said you're like
mistake that.
24, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
24 too, and it's like, yeah, like remember our brain rot that we grew up in with like the MLG stuff and all that, kind of brain rot. And it's just like now you're looking at that. That's exactly what they grew up in their shit.
Yeah,
But it's
and
like it's different because now the kids have way more access to the internet than what we had to, and that's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah,
I
and
think
now
that's
it's all
different,
short form
separate thing,
content
yeah.
that destroys
Yeah.
their brains. We
Yeah,
were watching
that's what
like
I'm
full
saying.
on YouTube videos. They're scrolling on Instagram
Yeah,
and
that's
TikTok,
what I'm
just
saying.
melting their brains. It's completely
Just
different,
in
honestly.
Yeah,
general,
it's
how,
They
bad,
how
got
do
it
you
man.
feel
way
about that?
worse.
Because I feel like
Yeah.
that kind of ties into the jokes more or less. Like I feel like
Right,
that's kind of
because
half the joke. Because
like when we
that's kind
I
of what
think
I'm
it depends
asking
on
though.
the
How do you feel like
kids.
that's going to affect our future generation, just in general? Like
well, like
the
look how when
ADHD
we
fall
used to
off,
watch
just stuff
stuff
like that,
and
or
everything,
whatever.
like
Just
we would sit down and go on YouTube and go and find a video and sit down and watch. That would be a 13-minute video, and then now there's
Right,
all these like scrolling of
yeah,
5-second to 10-second reels and everything. So you're just gonna
right.
sit there continuously like not fulfilling your need of watching a video. You're
Yep.
just going to keep getting addicted and addicted because you're like, oh, I found one video and now this one's good. This is good. This is good. This is good. It's like,
Yeah, I don't know.
never
Like
ending.
when it, like I do. My opinion is like I do when I see a kid. Like we used to like at our club, we used to allow them to use Chromebooks more often. We've gradually lessened it because what happens, and most of the time, well, sometimes they'd watch YouTube Shorts. Sometimes they were just playing a game. But I do think it's negative to be on technology instead of hanging out with people when you should be. But
Yeah.
when it comes
Right.
to the rest of stuff, like for me, like especially with how I am like with being judgmental towards people, I try not to extrapolate my experiences with like, oh,
Mhm.
because if I have Instagram on my phone, eventually I'm going to end up doom scrolling it. Like I know people that don't do that. Like my girlfriend, her phone's normal. She doesn't sit on TikTok and Instagram all day. Like it depends on the person. I do think there's something about kids. I think parents should not just let their kids sit on the phone all day, but I think it's because of the lack of social connection. I don't know what short form content does to people's brains. I haven't looked into like studies on it. I know a lot of people complain about it. I think some of it is people just like I think like not all of it, but I think some of it is like generally uncomfortable. Like when we were kids, like play Black Ops all Friday and Saturday. When I
Oh,
was a
yeah.
kid, we were outside, and now all these kids want to do is sit inside and play zombies all weekend. What's it gonna do to them? Well, I don't
Right.
know what
Like,
it did to me, but I have really positive memories of those times, and
Real,
my
real.
relationship with my siblings is really good, and that's half of what we did. So I don't know what the like. I
right.
have
Like
no
we would
idea.
go out and when we would play video games, it's like, it was either after we had fun outside and everything, we'd go and play a couple video games, fucking Black Ops 2, grind it up, and then a couple hours later, it's like, fuck, let's go play outside or some shit. Like how you said,
Yeah.
it's just stay indoors
Yeah, I'm just
24/7.
saying I don't know. I don't know how bad it is. I think the only thing I would say that I do believe is that it is bad when it's replacing social connection.
Yes.
Whatever the social connection is,
I agree all the
that
way.
is when I think it's actually negative for kids, especially kids.
All right, all right. Here,
And I
these
have
are
no idea what's that going to do to them. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. I just curious because I've been thinking a lot, but it's like, I mean, to me, it's kind of like 6'7" is a dumb joke, and I get where you're coming from. But it's also just kind of like to me, it's like I literally had a waiter that's 66 years old saying that has to have some effect and some deeper meaning than just fucking being a number, just some retarded ass joke. I feel like that has to be deeper in some way. I might be overthinking it. I probably am. I'm just saying. I feel like 6'7" is going to be bigger. It's going to be a bigger play in the
Be
world.
bigger.
Like, be bigger play in the world. Our future, our kids' kids are going to hear about 6'7". They're 6'7".
6'7".
6'7".
Dude, they did 6-7 day at the school that we're based in. The school did a 6-7 day for the
That
kids.
is
So they had them
insane.
do.
That
Yeah,
is
That's
insane.
crazy.
they gave them these hats that had like because it was the 67th day of school. But they've been leaning into it hard. Like they put on the front. They're like, how many days should you be reading? And instead of doing 6 to 7, like with a dash, they just do 6-7. Meaning 6 to 7. So they lean into it hard,
That's
and the kids love it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's definitely affected things, but I'm not trusting enough of my own like thinking on any scale to be like, yeah,
Fair
it's
enough.
terrible.
Fair
I don't
enough.
know, bro.
Okay, here's an interesting one. This is one I haven't heard too much about for the sole factor I wasn't there during this era, but apparently there was a Rasti Discord server. Number one, why was it taken down? And number two, will it come back up? And if not, why?
So yeah, there was a Rasti Discord server, and it was the best time to do it because it was right after Board blew up that I did the server, and it was I think we had like 130 people in it, but it was pretty active. But the reason I stopped it is because I was on it all day. Like that was the problem. Like so
Mm.
like that's how I am with technology. Like that's why it's like you want me to talk about my own. I could tell you all the negative things with me and technology. I don't know about other people, but yeah. So I was just on it way too much. But also like it just felt like I didn't want to like it was fun having people like you and like feeling like you're like the main person in the Discord or whatever, but like it just felt like I was getting away from why I did music and what I liked about music, which is like me doing it by myself like in my room. Like it's a a thing I do by myself. It's a hobby I have that's personal and private, and it's like, yes, I put it out there, obviously, but like it was just way too much. I didn't feel like giving people so much information and just talking all day, but I felt
Fair enough.
compelled to do it because it was so, people are talking about me. People are talking about me. You want to see what they're saying, like constantly. So
Right.
it was just way too much of my time. So I just got rid of it. One day I was like, all right, fuck it. Like I just deleted
Honestly,
it 'cause
I
it was too
get that.
much.
I get that.
Yeah.
But it was a fun time. It was a fun time.
So here's another one. Here's another one. What is your favorite movie?
Huh?
You said my favorite movie.
He said favorite movie.
Favorite movie.
I used to say Kings of Summer, which I don't even know if people know that movie. That was more of a movie I liked when I was younger. It's about like these three boys who like they're like friends and they like run away. They like hate their lives or whatever. They run away and like build a house in the woods, and it's a good movie. I love it. But I also really love Blade Runner 2049. Like my brother told me about that movie like a year ago, and now not to play in your guys' point, but I was watching a lot of like short form content at the time and whatever, and I was just on my phone a lot of the time, and I found the movie boring. Like when I first watched it, it was just too slow for me, like literally.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I'm not, so like maybe I could be a test subject, but when I watched it last time, which was like 2 months ago, it was awesome. Like I loved just like when people say it's like a perfect movie, I felt like that was accurate. Like it was just like it's hard for me to find media where I don't find something annoying about somebody. Like it's hard for me to find people where I don't find something annoying about them, including myself, of course. So I was like, this is just like done perfect. Like this is just good. Like, and it's an interesting topic to me, AI and all that stuff, and the music's good. All the reasons people say they love it. It's basically a basic bitch answer, but like it's true. I think that's probably my favorite movie.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Real pick. What is your current relationship with Mr. Emily the Plant? And will you be doing a collab with him on a song? Him doing photosynthesis type shit, Just doing
My current
absorbing that
relationship
sun.
with Mr. Emily, which I didn't know was you until now.
Well, not me, but as in the plant mystery. Not me,
Oh, wait.
Huh?
Hold on. Let me look in my closet. Let me see if it's up here. Hold on. Yeah.
It's an underground reference. His
Hold on, I
his
gotta take my
Instagram
headphones off for a
page.
second.
Is this a Nardwar reference? I don't get it.
Nardwar reference. Trust me, I dug deep to find shit out about this motherfucker. I dug real deep. Like, I'm telling you, like, I found a Reddit post from 5 years ago talking. I'm telling you, dude. Like, I really.
Can I tell you
looked for
something
shit
that's
to
gonna
tell
break
him.
your heart?
Please tell
Uh-oh.
me he's not dead. Please
Yeah,
tell
I'm
me
pretty
he's
sure
not
he's
dead,
dead, bro. He's got to be in a landfill somewhere, bro.
dude.
Rip, bro.
It's like it might
Can
still
you
be in
make
my
a
house.
part 2, please? We need a part 2 where he comes back to life,
Making-
resurrected, and then
Dude, am I gonna
Kyle's there
disrespect him by
too.
giving him a new body, bro? The reason I think he's gone is because I haven't seen it in a while, and I have a lot of fake plants, and I have not seen marker written on any of them any time that I can remember because it was permanent marker.
I know you had him like at least since in August. Because on the hype stream, I was like, "Yo, where Mr. Emily at? 'Cause Mr. Emily, where is he at?" Like asking how he's doing, and then you showed him. You pulled him out somewhere, and then like
I might have pulled a
now he's
plant
missing.
out. Like I have one that looks kind of similar, but it's not the same thing. It's got like a round. I don't know. It might be somewhere in my house, but it's not in my room.
I'm praying for him. I hope he's
You
living
can
a
pray
better
for
life.
him, bro. He might come back. I mean,
I hope
he's
so.
probably not gonna come back, but
I'm begging for him to
You know.
come back.
I like to do that video.
When will you do another highly requested glass review?
Oh, glass review. The thing is, that hasn't been requested by anybody. No, I'm just
Well,
kidding. I thought it was
trust
funny.
me. I know the
Yeah,
source.
like, dude, the thing that sucks about making videos now is like, this is like, and I hate to say this because like I know people like them, and I like making them sometimes, but I'm just like so, like, I try to be like, maybe this is a bad thing at this point, but I try to be so honest with myself when I do stuff, and it's like whenever I make a video, like it's generally me trying to make something funny so people will like me. Every once in a while, I'll think of something that's just really funny, like with the Tostinos Pizza Steefers, as I call
I
them.
like
That
that one,
video,
I think.
that video was so good because it was just like I was just like, it would be so funny if I like put something in the microwave and like burned the hell out of it and ate it. Like I thought of that, and because the video idea was so funny, I wanted to make it. That was an example of like a good thing. But a lot of my videos, even though some of them are funny, they're like, okay, I want to make a funny video. Let me think. Like I need to make a funny video. I haven't posted something in a while, and I've just sort of over time liked that process less and less. But at the
Fair
time,
enough.
with like well, the glass review is different. Well, I was thinking with the Emily Plant and then the I've been waiting for it to rain all
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
I watched like a lot of Alan Resnick at that
That's
time. You
actually the
probably don't
next
know who that is,
question.
but yeah. So I used to like have a lot more ideas for them,
Yeah.
but nowadays it just feels like my heart's not in it, and I'm just trying to do it to get attention,
Fair enough, fair
and
enough.
I hate that. So yeah, but it's kind of I don't know. I also like making videos, so maybe you'll see another. I don't know if it'll be a glass review, but I thought that video was
Well, I
funny
mean,
too.
any Rusty content like so before, usually it's a banger. Next question was I was gonna ask, are you still waiting for rain? But you've already covered that topic, so beat me to it. So
Dude, I love that video.
uh
That's probably one of my favorite videos, short
I
videos I've
liked it
made.
too a lot. I really fucked with it as well. It's just very
See,
different.
I actually did make. I mean, it's not much of an instrumental, but I actually did do that little whatever I put on it, the music. But yeah, I
Thought it
liked
was
that
nice.
video.
Thought it was nice.
It was an
Uh
abandoned school, which they took down now. It's just grass, but yeah, that whole
that's
building, it was like a school that was just.
that's crazy.
It was awesome.
Damn, they took that shit down. That's wild.
Yeah, they should have kept it up. It was
Yeah,
fun
that's
to
what I'm
explore.
saying. That's just wild. They took it down. Uh,
Yeah.
here's an interesting one. When did you make the name Rasti, and how did you?
What was that last part?
You
When
cut
did
out
you
there.
make the name Rasti, and when did you come up with it, or
I
how did you
made
come up
it.
with it?
I don't know if you see the age of your channel, but it's probably whenever that. I'm really bad with dates sometimes. Hold on.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Where's the about section? I joined October 18th, 2016. So
Damn.
9 years ago is when I made it. And
Damn.
I just was putting random. I thought the best way to come up with the name at the time was to try to come up with something new, like a new random name.
Yeah.
And even
yeah.
though it's not new, like you can find stuff called Rasti, but I didn't know that. I was just putting random things together, like I don't know, just like I can't even do it now because I haven't done it so long, but just like something stupid like starter. I don't know. You could just come up with random garbage. So I was just doing that, and then I was like Rasti, and I was like, yeah, Rasti, that sounds right, and that's what I did. And then after that, for a bit, I saw like when I started doing music when I was still in high school, like I think in a language called Lithuanian, it means like to find or something. And I was like, oh, that's what I'll tell people. I'll tell people that it's like, oh, and Lithuanian means to find. I make music and whatever. But it was just something random I came up with like in the beginning. So, yeah,
Real.
but I still
You
liked
had
it.
it. Real. I mean, I fuck with it too. I think it was very unique myself. I mean, so I don't think I knew how to pronounce it until you did one day on
Yeah, that was the
stream.
thing. I just
Honestly,
wanted it to be unique. And when I made it, I specifically remember making it. And at the time, I swear to you, even though there's like so many channels that are like called Rasti now, when I made it at the time, there was no channel that I found when I went to the YouTube channel section that was just Rasti, like Rasti. Like there were variations, or they had like some weird thing over the I or whatever. That's why I did it. I was like, this is the only one. I can use it. It's new. But yeah,
weirdly enough, I don't know if you noticed or not, but while researching you, I did find another artist named Rasti. It's a female singer, which
Yeah.
is weird and interesting. I don't know if you knew about that or how you feel about that, but I mean,
yeah, I found about that after. I haven't listened to any of the music from that artist. I honestly don't know
I
anything about
haven't
them.
either, and they don't really have. I really look too deep into them, honestly. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really care about that because I'm not interviewing them, obviously. Because I don't, about them, really care about them right now. But it's what it is. Thought it was interesting, but yeah.
It's okay, bro.
Yeah. For the next question, I've already talked about this before this, but what was the story behind the project of Kyle, and where is he at now? Which we already talked about this before, but for the
Yeah.
podcast's sake,
So Kyle is my little brother. His actual name is Jacob. he is awesome and extremely funny. Like even still, he's literally like I don't know if it's just because we came from similar life experiences, but I think he's probably the funniest person that I know. Like literally. But yeah, so when he was a kid, he was really funny and like he just had that dude, man, like bro, he was just so funny. And there was a lot of jealousy I had of him when I was younger. So but I still wanted to like basically at the time I could make him do whatever video like when you're the older brother, you're just in charge. So I was kind
Yeah,
of a dick to him
real.
a lot of the times, but he genuinely liked doing the Kyle videos as far as I remember. But a lot of the videos at the time he did not. But that's that we're not gonna get into that because I was genuinely mean to him when I was younger. Like I wasn't like mean, but like just too controlling. Just because I'll be like
Fair enough.
he would just do whatever I said. But with Kyle, it was something that we both thought was funny, and like he was like literally like, dude. I mean, he would have been 9, I think, when we did that. Um, Yeah, he was little. So I just had this idea randomly because he had these goggles and he put them on and I just thought he looked really funny with them. Like he just gave off this vibe that you can just see in the videos where he's just like sort of this like pathetic, cute kid that you just feel bad for. Like at least that's what I feel when I look at him. I'm just like he just looks kind of pathetic but also like endearing. And I just thought like it would be so funny if he was like he was born with these goggles stuck to his face and that we did like a documentary. So I originally wanted to do like a full documentary
Yeah,
or
because it was
movie.
like it was kind of like a trailer kind of thing from what I was noticing. So I was like, it's interesting. I was wondering like what happened, how come it never came out.
Yeah. Well, it's just that I don't think I ever would have been able to make a movie at that time. Like it's
For
just
real.
I don't know, man. Like I could do videos, but like a movie was a lot. And like also you put out so many trailers and then it's you haven't even shot anything for the movie because you're just doing whatever and you're like this is cool. Like the trailers ended up I was like I don't know, but like I did put up a video like um 4 years ago maybe that was like an extended interview I did with him. That was like 20 minutes. I don't know if any of you ever saw that. But the thing is like I mean this is just what actually happened. My mom she reported the video saying her kid was in it and she got it taken down the next day. So I was really mad about that. So that was something I did in like 2020 or 2021. I put that out. Just like probably the closest thing to a Kyle movie that ever would have been. It was just kind of funny. Like I just asked him random interview questions and then edited it. But yeah, Jacob was always so funny. Like just he's just naturally funny. Me and him were really close. Like he's my sibling I've probably been the closest with. Like I have 4 other siblings.
I was gonna
Um,
ask that question.
but yeah, me and him have always been really close. Like we would stay up like super late playing video games, and like we did have a lopsided relationship that was not in his favor because I had all kinds of emotional issues and took them out on him sometimes. But generally, like we still like have a deep love for each other and like a really
For
strong
real.
connection. So he's awesome. Jacob's great. He's funnier than me, and I'm not afraid to admit it at this point. But when I was a kid, I hated it, but I also knew it was good for content. So I would sort of use him. There was all kinds of videos I did with him. There's so much footage I have of me just like bullying him, like, no, we're not doing it that way, or no, say it this way, and then trying to get him to be funny. Like I was basically an evil director. So yeah, that's all
For
my
a
yeah,
dictator.
man. The cycle of abuse does continue, bro. It
It does,
does.
it does, it does. Unfortunately, it does. Poor Kyle, dude.
Yeah,
He had to be born with the goggles in his face. Now he's being bullied relentlessly.
yeah. I wish we could have done something with that because I still think it's like pretty my it's not my well it might be my favorite thing. I just think it's so great like of a concept even though it's kind of dumb
Bro,
or not dumb but like it's just funny. I love those videos, especially the second one where he's like dancing. Dude, memories. It's great.
for real. Okay, this is kind of tag along the memories. Similar question. Well, is there anything nostalgic that you like talk about your childhood, perhaps? Like, you have any nostalgic memories? What was nostalgic to you?
My most nostalgic memories are probably from my teen years. I can't. It's hard for me to remember when I was really little. Like it's weird. Like but yeah, in my teen years, like I had a lot of like undeserved confidence, I guess, like literally like I was like parts of it I was cocky. I was just very like this might sound fucked up, but like I was very self-obsessed. Like I was very self-focused. And there's reasons I think that caused that. But like so I was essentially delusional in how I saw myself. That I mean, it was also insecurity though, so it's weird. Like because like you're one second you're arrogant, but then it's also coming from the fact that you actually deep down feel like you're a loser. So it's weird. But anyways, I do have a lot of memories of just like feeling very confident and like happy and like seeing myself as like with so much optimism and like motivation and like feeling like I was special and like all this type of stuff, all these type of things. Which I still I think there's unique things about me, but so while a lot of that was like really unhealthy and caused a lot of problems, it did cause a lot of like really pleasant experiences for me personally, anyways, where I felt like there were moments where I had lots of confidence or where I felt like I was really fun to be around or I felt like I was funny or all these type of things that I felt that I don't basically just don't feel as an adult like very often. Or if I do, it's like flagged like, hey, you need to stop. Like you need to watch out for that because
Bro,
this is what's
bro.
gonna make you feel. This is what's gonna make you think you're. This is what's gonna cause problems and gaps in self awareness. But yeah, my
Right.
most nostalgic memories are from my teen years and the times where like I was at a normal public school with normal kids and I felt like people liked me, whether they did, how much they did or not, I don't know. Those are my best memories is just from the high school I went to for 2 years. So, and that's also when I started
Bro,
doing
bro.
music too.
I don't
Fair
really
enough,
say
fair
like
enough.
that as a bad thing either. I mean, having that much confidence is pretty good. You know what I
It
mean? But I
wasn't for
guess,
me.
it wasn't for you. Then who were you doing that for?
No, it wasn't good for me. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, like it's just because the problem with me is my confidence has always been from putting other people down. So
Were you
it's
faking
never
it too
been.
much?
Was I faking it too much?
Yeah. Like your
It's.
confidence. Were you just going over the top, faking who you were?
I felt genuinely confident, like or like arrogant. I guess is a better word for it, maybe. But
Guess
like I
yeah.
felt like proud of myself. I felt like I was really good at what I was doing. I felt like I was smarter and like unique and all this type of stuff. But it caused me to have so many wrong beliefs about people, and it caused me to misunderstand people and mistreat them, and ultimately isolated me from
Mm.
people. So like, yes, I have these good memories of feeling like I was the shit or whatever, but it's caused me to be so close-minded to where now I'm so insecure now because I can't trust anything, I think, because I'm so afraid to go back to that. And it's like, oh, well, you don't have to, you won't go back to, like, people will be that like, well, I don't think you'll go back to it as long as you do this. It's like, no, I have phases where I'll have a week or two where I'm just like not introspective at all and just like, not like cocky or anything, but just like overly harsh and just all these same problems start coming back up where I start thinking all these things about people that are wrong and like being more upset with people, all from not being self aware. I don't think it's possible for me personally to have self awareness and feel like I'm the shit because that feeling itself is not, there's no such thing. Like, it's an idea, you know? So you can't be that. Someone might see you that way, and you might think, oh, yeah, this person sees me that way, but someone else will see you differently. And so, which
Uh-huh.
one is the accurate view of you? Well, neither of them. They're just based on how you've affected that person.
It's
So,
based on how
there's
you
no way
see
I
it.
can. It's basically not compatible with truth, is the problem.
I
So,
like
that's,
that.
True.
yeah.
True.
I like that.
Fuck with the heavy. Fuck with the heavy. Is there? This kind of ties in with this stuck inside question to a degree, but I guess it's more or less just like content in general you ever produce. Is there any specific content that you just feel like you can't necessarily get rid of, but you kind of regret making it? Like it's kind of like an essential piece of the idea, the concept of Rasti, but you can't get rid of it because fans enjoy it.
Um, I'm looking at. Honestly, dude, do you want to hear the one song I actually think that about? It's gonna break
What's
your
that?
heart,
What's that?
bro. It's Fluid, bro. Like I
Fluid
hate to
for
say
real.
it,
Dude, Fluid is like my favorite song ever, dude.
dude.
I swear.
And I haven't, and I'm not gonna take it down because but it doesn't. It barely gets plays compared to my other songs, and it's like, it's fine. But I listen to it and I'm like, dude, compared to the other stuff I did, like it's not a bad song, but it's subjective, right? I'm not
Yeah,
saying that
yeah,
it's
yeah.
that like whatever you to you it's like one of your favorites, but to my personal taste and my demographic, I don't think I felt like it was mid. I felt like it was one of the things that I probably should have scrapped. But at the same time, my little brother, not Jacob, I have another little brother, Keegan. He likes it a lot too. He also likes Doubt It a lot. Like he likes the hype songs. So people do like it. I won't take it down, but sometimes I
I
listen to it and I'm just like, dude. But that's more of
personally,
my own problems than probably
I,
anything.
I I love the intro to it. That's what I adore. But I just love that kind of just like it's a different kind of Rasti song on my because that's kind of how you advertise it to begin with. I remember the hype stream exactly of it because I don't know what it was about the song. I just think it was the intro that I just really like just the instrumental behind it. I loved it. Like it wasn't even necessarily about the message. It was just about the instrumental. Like
I
it's
do
just
think
something
the
about it
beat's
to me I had
good.
to love. I loved the beat personally. It's
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't
dude,
know.
I think it just comes from what I've been talking about, which is like a lot of my songs, like especially with hype songs, like even when I made bored, like I'll be intentionally conscious, like I don't want to be cocky, like I don't want to brag, like I
Yeah,
want to
yeah, yeah,
because you have
yeah.
a natural impulse to do it, and I don't care when other people do it. I don't care. Like I listen to so many songs where people are just bragging, and to me they're bangers. Like it's not something I judge other people for. I
Mhm.
literally don't. But with me, it's just something I end up sort of having
Fair
an ick
enough.
for in the future.
Fair
But
enough.
yeah.
Just want to talk back to
I mean, I say
the
that, but I made a song like 2 months ago that I scrapped where I was talking about being like people's savior and I was gonna baptize them and like all this stuff, bro. It
that
was
would have
like it
went
was kind of a
crazy,
banger, but
dude.
it was also like I was in a mood like, and it was all this thing like, um, yeah, it was weird. I
It
had this phase where I was like, I need to get back to like trusting myself and all this stuff, and I went way
yeah,
overboard, and then
I don't know.
yeah.
That song does sound kind of funny though, like Rasty the priest or something out here
Yeah, I sent
baptizing motherfuckers.
I would never, like I've said this before, I would never use AI for cover art, but I thought I did like a
Yeah,
concept where I took a picture of myself and then I had like Nano Banana edit it where it made me like a pastor in um, like a baptismal area, like holding my hand out in like a suit, because
that
that's what I
is
thought would be
so
cool for the cover
interesting.
art.
That is so interesting to think about.
Yeah, like I would have loved if I could make a song good enough. I would love to do something like that. That's like a concept like that, like an actual like get in an actual church and stuff and do it. But yeah,
Yeah, that would be fucking amazing photo shoot. Uh, Here's one about the rad project. This is kind of more of a silly question, kind of like some of the other questions about your past. But do you still feel pity for those thousands of dinosaur lives you're talking about in the rad project video?
I thought you were gonna say toddlers, and I was gonna immediately say no. But
No,
um,
hype
yes,
shit.
dude. Of course, bro. I've made this argument a million times. Like, they have, I don't know. It's honestly a funny video. I watched that video and I'm like, it's so, because is the logic flawed? Sure. From someone's perspective, it might be flawed. But it's like, sometimes when I listen to it, I'm like, this is low key sounds like almost a valid argument. Like, like they've been dead. Their rights have been stripped. They've been dead for 1,000 years. They have no rights. They don't have anything. They're dead. It's terrible. Like it almost makes you want to be like, yeah. I mean, not like you would actually revive dinosaurs, but it almost makes it seem like being dead is like a loss of your autonomy. I mean, it kind of is if you get killed,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like it's weird. I mean, it's like arguing for people who don't exist. Like so it's a weird thing, but because they're all extinct, do we have a right to bring them back? All their families that were
Real,
alive
real.
and all
They
their
missed them,
culture.
son.
We
Yeah.
can do that. Should we do that? I don't know, but I did think that it was funny how I tried to make it.
I
I thought that video was great. I still
I
like that
loved it.
video.
That's why I like most of your content is also because like that's what like I love about Rest. My personal opinion is half of you is just this really thought out, like kind of how you're talking right now, just really like poetic, psychological person. You really thinks deeply about life. And there's also this other half that's trying to be logical about silly things like the rain video or the glass video or stuff like that. Like there's just these two characters that I really enjoy just seeing sometimes. It's just like it really adds to the Rasty name. I think it
Yeah.
makes the music kind of sound better to me. That's kind of how I at least
You haven't.
see the Rasty brand.
Yeah, you haven't seen it much in this call, but like I do have a like. I genuinely like when I'm in a good mood. I don't know how funny I am, but I genuinely have like a. I think I'm funny, like the stuff that I do. I think that when I do end up in a good mood, like I think I just like being stupid. Like I like the times I laugh the hardest, and maybe this is not a good thing, but the time I laugh the hardest is when I do something that either I like ignorant humor. Like I like the humor of somebody like well intentioned but completely wrong. Or like just like I don't know. So I do characters like that all the time. Or like I just like being like playing the character of someone totally overreacting and like just stuff like that's
Yeah,
so funny to me. Because it's like
I fuck with
not
that.
at
I fuck with
all.
that.
Yeah.
Here's one two-part question kinda. The first one is, what is your favorite decade of music and why?
My favorite what? Music?
Decade of music, like 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, 2000s, 2010s, 20s.
Um, the most nostalgic like music that is like locked in probably forever is like NF's music from his Perception album, which is like 2017. Um,
2010s.
2017, whatever came out when I was a teenager, like rap, whatever, Logic, Ryan Carveo, all the
Logic was
random
pretty big
stuff,
back then.
whatever Pandora recommended to me at the time, or Spotify, because I would make a bunch of free trials. Like I would just start fresh every 14 days. Like literally, just to get the
Real,
not to do
real.
ads. But yeah, so that's music's like is my core favorite, but like I am always on a desperate desert crossing heat I'm always on a journey of complete starvation trying to find new songs. So whenever I find a new song that is good, it makes me really happy because from people say, "Oh, Spotify's algorithm is good, YouTube Music is good," whatever. To me, they're all terrible. If I have to go through 200 songs to find one song I
Yeah,
like, this is a terrible algorithm. So like, and that's what drives me because it's like if there's people like me that people can put out all this AI music. People can put out all the music they do. To me, it's all trash. Like it can be on the billboard. People can love it. I can say like it's not objectively trash, but to me, it just doesn't cut it. Like it just doesn't. So it's so hard for me to find good music. So I
it's
have a lot
fair.
of
It's
songs that are
reasonable.
newer that I like. I am not like attached to old music at all because it's boring to me. I've heard it. It's done. In the past,
Okay, fair
except for
enough.
NF's
Fair
album.
enough. Fair
So
enough.
I like new stuff, but it's hard to find.
Uh, Also with that, opposite question. What's your least favorite decade of music? Okay, okay, buddy, you ruined the question.
And the
I'm so sorry.
That sounded like a
You better be sorry,
spit
buddy.
sneeze.
Oh,
Yeah.
nah, bro, that was just like a fucking 4-time combo. I don't know where the fuck that
Damn,
came from.
4 time combo is lethal.
4-1.
Oh,
Uh, yeah. What is your least favorite like decade of music? Like, what's your if you have one that is? If you don't have one,
Oh, dude, everything old, bro. I like
everything
I do
goes.
not. People are gonna hate me for this if they like. I do not like classical music. I do not
really?
like I can listen to it and appreciate it, but like it does not give me nearly enough stimulation to just listen to it on its own. Like I can't like lay in
So
my bed and listen to it unless I'm like
it's
really
real. It's
tired.
real. It's
So
like you. So you're saying like no 90s,
everything
no
before the
80s.
80s. No, I can listen to some
Okay,
eight. Well, I think.
okay. Good. I fuck with that then. I fuck with that. Okay, we're
It's
going with
just
that shit.
gotta have yeah, like whenever they started like actually getting down, that's when it would start getting good. But before that, everything was way too like I want
Yeah,
to play this on the piano. It's awesome.
I
It's an
agree with that.
orchestra.
I 100%, dude. Cause Lord, thank the Lord, thank the Lord.
Dude, also like
Okay,
I grew up singing hymns like in church. I like anything that is even reminds me of that. It's not even like that. It's just boring, bro. I want something not boring. Put some
it's
drums in
real.
it for
It's real.
God's sake.
Real. Here's an interesting one. Back on I think I believe it was in episode 2 or episode 3 of the Brandon No Band podcast. We had this part where each of us, three of us, being me, Nacho, and Spartan, I believe was Pop Tart, would pick one Pokemon, one
Okay.
animal, and one weapon in order to protect yourself against from other people. But the rules is it can be any animal, any weapon, but the Pokemon has to be its first evolution, and it cannot be the final evolution. So it has to re-evolve into another Pokemon form of itself.
Man.
interesting.
Okay.
Bro gave up.
Real.
Um I'd say it, but I am not like I don't know much about Pokemon. Like I know
I
it's
didn't
like
either, so I just did it for the love of the game, dude. I just said some random bullshit. I forgot what I said. I think I said like an owl, a great sword, and probably some fucking like a
Tom Brady.
I
Charmander or
would do
something goofy.
Pikachu just because like I mean he's Pikachu. Everybody knows Pikachu. You know
Real,
There you
real.
go.
he's a cute little guy. I would have a nuke or something
Nuke.
destructive, extremely destructive. I also think it would be cool if there was like one of those in a movie where they have like that gun, like a gun that shoots so much sound waves it just blows whatever's in front of you out of the
That
way.
is crazy. Pikachu wielding that would be lethal, dude.
And then for the animal, like a gorilla, like a super angry
Yeah.
That's
gorilla.
that's what Spartan picked. Exactly what
Yeah.
he
Let's
picked. He
go.
said a Geodude, a shotgun, and a silverback gorilla.
Yeah,
Lethal
yeah, you
combo,
die.
dude.
Gorilla kill you easy.
Mhm.
My
Honestly,
brother
real.
Zach, he told me there's this one dream he told me that I never forgot where we were kids too. He was like 7 or whatever. And he had a dream that a gorilla swung him around and threw him against the glass in a zoo, and that literally gave me a permanent fear of gorillas. Just him telling me about this dream he had.
All right, all right. Zaw, are you
Damn.
still here? Yeah, I think Zaw passed out.
Hell no.
All right, Spartan, did you listen to the album completely?
I
Full through?
not completely, but I listened to some of it. Yes.
Okay, what would you say are your top 3 favorite songs? Okay, first before you say that, Rasti,
Hold up, while
what do you
you're
think?
asking us, have to skim through, remember which one's which. I'll be back real fast.
Okay. So basically, this part of the segment I decided to do was I want you to pick what do you think your fans would like your 3 picks off the album that your fans would think is the favorite song.
Hmm. Well, I can give you an objective answer to this. Let me see.
I mean, not based off of views, based off of opinions, because like
Uh,
I love a song that's currently on the bottom of the YouTube page, but I love it. I pretty sure it's called Facts, but I actually adore it. I really
oh.
enjoyed Facts a
Yeah,
lot.
see, my little brother likes that too, Keegan. Keegan loves my music, literally. He tells me this a lot, but um, I mean, if I don't know what to go off. I can't go off of views. I just like. I mean, I've gotten some messages from people about it. Like, I'm trying to think of what people have told me. I know people have said they like let me out a lot, or like felt it was
Banger.
relatable. Um,
Zaxby, can you send it to me?
Yeah, guys, like I mean, we're gonna be here for another 29 minutes. I mean, I could just talk about random stuff. I don't have any more questions besides an outro that he can do, but
Well, I just want to
um,
listen to it.
yeah, it's a good album. I think personally. I mean, I think honestly, because I'm gonna be real with you, when I first heard it, Can't Fix Me. I don't know what it was about it. I just personally, it wasn't for me. The original song itself was so. I really wasn't thinking the album was gonna be that hype, so I didn't really give it a chance. But
Yeah.
whenever you offered me the interview and you accepted it, I was like, I gotta listen to this whole album. And then, honestly, I regret not listening to it sooner because a lot of the songs on there, I'm gonna list personally my favorites. This is not gonna go with this segment of the video, but I really love There It Goes, Facts, Pollution, Just Like You, Look at Me. I loved all those songs. Great songs. To the point, try listening to these songs in class. Like they're like up there with my top picks right now, and I really enjoy them. But before, wish I gave him a chance sooner. Well, it's on my end personally, but also then again, it was like a lot of content to consume like all in one night, and plus like a lot of albums recently that have came out like, especially I used to fuck with AJR when I was younger, so like that shit dropped, and it was just like songs on there I just didn't really give a chance because there's just too many songs there for listen to the whole song. And if the beginning of it is something I don't appreciate, the first time you drop the album, I'm just gonna sing the whole album. It's kind of shit. But
Yeah.
I do genuinely have a great appreciation for the album. I had the other person's. I'll quick show you. I'll tell you his reviews real quick. I'll send you his notes too if you'd like that, because I really did fuck with his notes. But I'm just gonna send to you because why not? That yeah, fuck it. But we can find him. But he reviewed all the songs because that's kind of why it's all here. Because I was like,
Oh, really?
I
Wow.
want Yeah, I was like, I want him to like look through all the songs, so, like, listen to all. He gave them all good reviews. I love the reviews he gave. He gave notes about them and everything. So there's a lot of
Yeah. It's
content
so
there.
weird because like whenever I make, well, when I make a prod, any song I make, like when I make it, probably the only person who will like be like, "Oh, these songs are great," is me because it's like perfectly aligned with my taste. But whenever I make them, I'm always like, "Finally, I've made songs that are actually good." Like they don't exist because it's
No,
so
I mean
hard for me to
like,
find them. And it's like, but then when people hear them, they're always, I can never. It's honestly hard to predict what people will like. Like I said, like my little brother Keegan loves Facts. I like Facts, but it might be my least favorite song on the album. I still think it's good, but like it's like it's good, but it's not something I typically do. But to a lot of people, or to some people, not a lot of people, whoever, they might hear that and it's like their favorite because it's their style they
yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah.
So it's just massive bias. Like I can never really tell.
Real, real, real. I don't know. Overall, like before, I used to be like a huge like overall. What I said there wasn't personal. I don't want you to take it personally. It's just like I said before.
Oh, dude, trust me, I do not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
dude,
like I said before,
because it's the same. Like, I'm not like I'm like that too, bro. Like if I hear an album, like I've had it, like when NF put out Clouds. I mean, that wasn't even. I didn't even skim through it, but like, if someone's put out, you get burned once, you're like, okay, you really fucked
exactly.
me on
Yeah,
this last
yeah,
album,
yeah.
bro. Like, I don't know about this next one. Like, it's just your brain doesn't have the mental connection to it, or if it's just been too long, like it's just totally normal. Like it's like
Yeah,
if
yeah,
we were
yeah.
friends and I sent you the album and you were like, "Oh yeah," and then you didn't listen to it, that'd be different. But like it's just music that you may or may not get around to
Yeah,
listening
yeah,
to.
yeah,
Same
yeah.
as other artists I know about. It's totally fine.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, that's such the thing though. That's his personal opinion. His favorite song, I think, is "Known" off the album. It looks like it is known. So he was supposed to review it. I'm gonna have Spartan do it still. What he thinks, or whoever, or Nacho, whoever
Hmm?
is in the album. But personally, I guess I can be the test subject of what you would think your fans would be the three most favorite songs, just by, or like your three most favorite songs, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know what people like because to me, I'm always like anchoring. I don't try to make anything like stuff I've made before. Like if it happens, then it happens, but I think it's bad a move for an artist to try to like recapture something. Like again, if I found a beat that was
I
like
agree all
similar
the
to
way.
Proud of You or Fool and it seemed right, but like I think it's a bad move to try to do that because it's never you're just gonna mess it up. But anyways, when I think of like what do people want, I do look at my songs and I'm like, okay, people like my song the songs that are most popular is like Bored, Fool, Proud of You, um, Drown, like whatever people listen to, and I go off of that, try to gauge it. Because I don't really have any other way to gauge it. I mean, I can go off what people tell me, but people tell me something random. Like, some person might say Fluid was their favorite song, for God's sake.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know what to do with that. No, I'm just kidding. But, like, yeah, like, so, I don't know, bro. Like, to me, the title track is strong, but I think, like, it's my taste. Like, if someone listens to it and it's not their taste in melody, it doesn't really matter what it's about. Like someone can make the most relatable song ever, and if the melodies just don't sound good or worse, they sound bad to me, it doesn't matter. So I don't know. Like I'm just
Yeah,
the only thing I know to go off of is like what I like. Like what else? I can't use
that's
anything else
real.
because people
That's
give me
real.
different opinions. Like when I showed my brothers like pollution, they acted like it was the best thing ever created on planet Earth.
I
They were
fucking
literally
love
like
pollution. Pollution is great to me. I don't know what it is about it. It's just like
it's
I
good, but
just
it
love it.
genuinely would have probably been cut if I hadn't showed it to them. Like literally, because especially when I was like, I don't know about this. Like, and then my girlfriend was like, it doesn't fit the theme of the album. And I'm like, yeah, it kind of doesn't. Like,
Yeah, but I
I
mean,
hadn't even
like,
made facts then either, so it would have just been like random. Like, you just go from like these solemn songs to like boom, and it's like, all right, but I think that would have been
I don't
fine
know.
maybe.
I kind of feel like it's good because, like, to me, it also kind of sticks out with the like emoji thing. I was trying to like decipher it for like fucking 2 days straight if you were making a chicken face or if it was just I'm overthinking it or if it's just an angry face. Like, I was just like really debating on like what the face could be or like the symbol. Like, I was just like I was overthinking it practically, but personally,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
just
like
angry
sometimes
face.
when yes,
It's just
sometimes
evil face.
Yeah, so honestly, I feel like it fits
Couldn't
on
even
the
use it
album.
on YouTube. That's why the YouTube title is weird. Is
Yeah,
because
I
I
do know
wasn't.
because because I try to because like it sounds crazy to you probably, but I act because my phone got turned off for like 2 days almost, practically about that. So I was like trying to download music so I can listen to it without having to worry about that. And I downloaded that one, and it just like popped up differently when I was trying to download it. And it's just like I don't know. I fucked with it that much. I was willing to download it to listen to it on my own free time. I really did fuck with that song, but I feel like rather you. I personally like it fits the album because I'm just weird like that. Sometimes it's like an oddball just fucking fits randomly sometimes, you know, like it just makes sense. Like it just kind of really just gives the album a different texture to it, just a unique twist, that kind of thing. Especially with
Yeah,
the topics you covered there. I feel like it's
I think
not
it's
necessarily
also good.
relatable, but just expressive kind of.
For me, I think it was good to put it on an album because, like, if a song on an album doesn't do that good, like, you kind of are like, whatever. Like, it's a whole album, you know. You look at the whole, like, overall, like, individually, none of the songs have done anything crazy, but the overall streams of the album combined are obviously higher than any one of my songs, like even Bored. So it's like,
Yeah, yeah,
to me, it's still like, well, yeah, like, but I put out the thing and it's like, okay, but as a project, like overall, like people are listening to it, people like it. That's what you want. You just want to grow your stuff, you want people to hear it.
yeah,
So if I
yeah,
put it out as a single and people didn't like it, I would be like, I might think too much about that. Like, oh, maybe I shouldn't make
yeah.
this type of music again or whatever. You just throw it on an album, you pay less attention to it. You can do more experimental stuff if it's just one track on an album.
Real,
But
real.
yeah,
Yeah, but as before, I'm very weird with music. I used to take it personally, but I literally have listened to shit before, and I'll go, "This is the worst fucking song I've ever heard in my whole life." And then a month later, I'll be like, "This is the best shit I've ever heard in my whole life." I'm like, it's so weird. Like I don't know. Like I'll listen to it again, and I'll have like a deeper appreciation for it. Like I'm a big Eminem fan
Hmm.
because like my dad was. So like, take that with what you will. But a majority of the Marshall Brothers LP, I did not fuck with until I started appreciating it more. Or it's like the same thing with All Eyes on Me for me. Like I didn't think Tupac was that great. And then I got more into him recently. I was like, oh, I really fuck with this guy. Like, I really think what he did, what his music sounds like, really fucking good. But I'm just very
yeah,
stuff can grow on me easily. Like I said I hated country music before, but sometimes I'll be like, country music, it's not horrible. It's really not that bad. I could listen to it in the background and not be pissed off.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
my TV. Sorry, bleaching right now.
I always wonder, like, do you guys feel like it's really hard to find new music or like no? Because I feel like a lot. I don't know how common it is, but it seems like a real problem for me. Like, I don't know if it's just the way my brain is or if it's just my taste is too specific.
Um,
But
I think there are, like as you age, I think you become less likely to like different genres of music. I
Hmm.
think there are studies that show that. So like music that you grew up with, I mean, obviously you said it was different for you, like growing up, like playing hymns or like singing hymns kind of turned you away from music like that, but like maybe later on in your development, but like you, for most part, it's like music that you like the older you get more used to that, and you don't really like music of different genres.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Cause I
Well, it's
say
hard.
like, it's about country, but I would never like. I mean, so far I'm mainly just like a '90s West Coast 2000s that kind of shit, rap
I mean, I
music
feel
kind of
like
guy. So
I find new music pretty easily because I still listen to just every genre except pop country. I don't fuck with
real.
any of that fucking bullshit, But I mean, like right now, I've been listening to like a lot of fucking girl music and shit. Well, I mean, I like it. Fucking, the person I've been hanging out with and everything, she got me onto that shit. I'm listening. I'm like, holy shit, it's actually not that bad. And I've just been letting it play on the radio. Ooh, excuse me, on
yeah,
Spotify. Oh, pretty good. I found some good artists. Some dude like named Henry Morris and everything. Like, he actually has some pretty good fucking songs, and he just released an album like think like late of last year, but he's hit and he's made off of like I think he has a really good fucking voice, but it's just weird.
True.
I don't know. I just like it. I like all types, and then that's how I find my new music. Someone gives me a recommendation of the song. I put it on Spotify, let it play through the radio, and then I find more artists, more songs, and all that. That's how I do
Also,
it.
I want to suggest something really niche for you, Rusty. Really niche, by the way. I found, at least personally for me, that sometimes if you go to the Instagram note, at least this, I don't know why it's like this for me, but sometimes when I look at the suggestions on Instagram notes, they have some bangers sometimes, random bangers. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm just weird, but they give me
Yeah.
better recommendations than Spotify can sometimes. I don't know if that can help find any new songs at all, but it's helped
I
me
think I
find at
might.
least like one or two.
Spotify's like, I know they got hate for it when they put it out because everyone's like, oh, you right, don't do something like TikTok or whatever. But their little explore thing where you can like swipe through previews. I think that's actually a great feature because
Real.
like you can just get through the stuff fast. But for me, like it just feels like and I don't know, like this probably is definitely truth to the genre thing. But I've heard some like crazy ass music, like 100 gex or whatever that I would have never listened to like or just never even thought of before. But then I find a song and I'm like, oh, this is good. And like I listen to all kinds of music that I haven't in the past, but usually it's like I'll find a new style or a new artist I like. I have like a gold rush where I'm going through all this person's stuff, and then after a while I reach a numb point, and then it takes forever to find something good again.
Real.
Yeah, it
I'm
sucks.
currently at that golden age right now with Tupac. I'm just waiting for it to die down again, dude, and just like, because for me it's weird, right? Because like I'll have all these artists and I'll like one or two songs by them, and then it's like I'll think in my mind, I'm like, I know I like an artist, right? I just haven't discovered I liked yet. Like I haven't fully like Tupac was one of them, and like same with like there was another one too, I think, where like I really got into them randomly for no reason at all, and just like I just really appreciated that. I don't know why I did it so random. I just got into it for no reason at all. Like I never liked it before, and randomly one day I was just like, "Oh, I love this now." I don't know why I do, but I love it now. But I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I would kill for like I would kill for an algorithm that just brought me music I liked. Like,
Bro,
guys, yeah, make TikTok for audio. Like, seriously, like it's obviously way harder because like I'm assuming the music streaming services are doing the best they can. Like, I don't think they would want they want their algorithm to be the best, but like it's just like when I was younger, like when I was like 15, I would just download like 1 hour mixes and just listen to. And I think at that point too, I was so deprived of normal music that like everything sounded so good to me because I was just so used to nothing like garbage, like just church music. So like I listened to so much future bass back then. I can't even really listen to a lot of future bass now because it's just a lot of it sounds too similar. But man, and then when I do find a song that I like, I'm like, how hard was that? Like, look, it's great. It's a new song. It's awesome. Like, why did it take? Like, shouldn't this thing have known that I would like this? Like, why did it recommend this to me
bro.
40 songs into the radio? But obviously, it's just hard. It's just a hard problem. But if the AI age gives us that, I'll probably be pretty happy camper, honestly.
Honestly, real, real. Uh, unfortunately, I think that yeah, I'm all out of questions now. Unfortunately, but uh, is there so? I mean, I'm sure we'll keep talking about it longer after I say this. But is there anything you would like to say to your fans or just the band or no band community? It could be advice from your life. It could just be anything of any sort, any kind of message. What would you just like to say in general? As the
Oh,
last,
yes. Okay. This is where I'm going to talk about this thing that I'm very interested in that I try to get people on the bandwagon with, but it doesn't click to them. So, and this is going to be totally random, by the way, but I just want to, if I can get this concept that has plagued me for most of this year, it's not a plague, it's fine, okay? But if I can get this into somebody else's brain, it'd be great. So, if this isn't too boring or whatever, but basically, I want to, how I said like my judgments aren't trustworthy or whatever. If you will permit me to do so, I want to make an argument really quick that it's impossible to have an accurate worldview. It's impossible to have an accurate view of yourself, and it's impossible to have an accurate view of other people. Okay?
I agree.
So let me
All the way. Makes
okay.
sense.
Okay, yeah. So here's why. Okay, so if you want to read this book, there's this book called Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. It completely destroyed my entire view of the world. And there's all these ways that our brains handle information. So for one, I mean, this is like people kind of know this. Like it might seem obvious, but like there's like confirmation bias, but there's also the fact that most of your snap judgments come with a feeling of confidence, regardless of how accurate it is. So if you see some random person in Target who looks like a childhood bully or whatever, you're gonna feel like that person's actually mean. And or a better example, you saw like a cashier one time that was kind of rude to you. You had one experience with them. You don't know how they are as a person or anything. You see someone else that kind of resembles them, and your view of them is negative. And depending on how aware you are or whatever, you might feel like this view is accurate. Your judgments come with a feeling of confidence, regardless of the data, regardless of how many experiences you've had. Like, you're not doing like a statistical analysis of how likely this person is to be whatever. It's all just like, it's basically prejudice, but like, it comes with the same feeling of confidence, okay? This feeling of confidence has nothing to do with the accuracy of it, and everybody has it. So when you have your beliefs about things and you think that it's this way, and oh my, hold up. I think my headphone's about to turn off. Okay, hold up. My headphones just died. Hold on. I can't hear anything. Give me 1 second. Oh, man. Wait. Okay, hold on.
Type shit.
Okay, that's better. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, so yes. This is how it works when you try to think of something, okay? And this is based on like tons of neural like science and studies that Daniel Kahneman's done with Amos Tversky. I forget his name. Amos Tversky. And this, I'm gonna butcher this, and some of it's not gonna be accurate. So if you've read the book and you're like a snob or whatever, and you know it way better than me, forgive me, okay? But anyways, when people think of something, what happens is you're like, okay, think of Rasti or think of whatever, and tell me your view of them. What's going to happen is things are going to populate in your brain based on either recency, but basically emotional relevance, like how important this thing was to you, how significant, how interesting it was to you, and that changes over time. So what you would find interesting about me 3 years ago would be different from now, or like your friend or your mom or whoever. How you see your mom now, the things that are relevant about her now are probably, hopefully, if you're actually still having experiences with them, different than they were 3 years ago. Those are the things that pop up. Your mood affects this. You're into having a good week, you might have a more positive view. You're having a bad week, you're having a more negative view. Your emotions, all these things. So what you get presented with when you think of a person or anything, really, most things at least, is a emotional feeling, a general feeling about something. And then along with that, you can retrieve certain memories. You can't control which ones you retrieve. You might feel that you can control it because, oh, well, let me think of something random. And oh, this thought pops in my brain. And even though I had no idea what it was and it popped out of nowhere, people feel like they somehow went and picked that out of the other thoughts. You didn't. You can't control what pops up into your brain. That's my view. I would love for someone to have science to back it up that you can actually choose what pops into your brain, but you can't. But anyways, even if you could, you can't hold that many concepts in memory at any time. This might sound crazy. I promise this is all tied together, okay? So you might have, let's say, you think of your mom, and you have like 10 experiences, maybe, or 10 sort of memories and a emotional feeling that comes with it. And then maybe you try to think more, and maybe you can get to 30, 40. Even if you could do that, by the time you're in the 40s, you're sort of forgetting some of the things you were thinking in the 20s. And at any given moment, the concept you have in your brain of your mother or whoever is an emotional experience accompanied along sort of distorted memories, okay? That is what you get. And somehow we see that and we think, this is how this thing, my mother, actually is, as if it's an actual description of her, as if it has an actual description of what she thinks, so what she does throughout the day, all the random things she does that are boring, how she interacts with everybody else in the world who has a totally different view of her. If you think about it and you just think normally, probably everybody has a different view of your mom than you do, including your mom. And probably your view of your mom or whoever is different as life goes on. And it gets weirder because your mom or whoever, I don't know, I keep picking on people's moms, her own view of herself or your own view of yourself changes over time too. So how you see yourself now is different than how you see yourself a year ago. How you see yourself now might be different than how you see yourself a week ago, or your mood. You know, like I said, the two sides of Rasti, there's obviously way more than that, but like the two main sides, how you see yourself at this thing, it's all different, and it's all based on what's going on and what's emotionally salient. It has nothing to do with how the thing actually is on average, and your view of it is different. So how do you know which person's view is accurate? Well, I see my mom as this person who's mean or whatever, and you might use these words which sound like they're objective descriptors, but what you're actually doing is saying how she's made you feel. Or you might think of how she's treated other people, and you sort of extrapolate how that made them feel based on your own mental models of how it made you feel. And so you fill in this rough idea. But anyways, all of this is based on your your experiences over your childhood, your lifetime, the things you think day to day, wherever you ping pong around, and it changes and it changes and it changes. And even if you somehow one day the problem is that even if it wasn't a completely subjective construct that is always changing and is never stable, which obviously shows that it's not a real thing other than, again, your own expression of the emotions that this has caused you. Like, just think of that, like your view of me as Rasti, like you see me in a very specific way based on how you've interacted with my music, how it's made you feel, all this type of stuff. You could have like a totally unique view of me. It's not accurate, obviously. It's just an idea, it's a concept, and it'll change. And this doesn't matter how well you know somebody. It doesn't matter with yourself. It will always be changing. And it's not that it's continually getting more accurate. It's that when you think of something, you think of the most interesting, relevant things based on where you are in life now and how they've affected you. And that's all you're thinking about. If you had an accurate view of your mom or anybody, that would obviously have to include how they interact with other people, not just you. It would have to include all of their good traits and their bad traits. It would have to include all the context that led to these things. There's no such, it would be insane. It's impossible. You couldn't have an accurate view of anything because, first off, to have a truly accurate view, you would have to have every bit of context about the person. But assuming you're fine with just their thoughts and not like the physical processes, you would need to have access to all the thoughts because people can be primed for all kinds of things. You can, like, they've done all these studies where, like, you ever find yourself like using a certain word and it just comes out automatically and you're like, oh, well, it's weird I used that word. I heard it recently in this podcast or whatever. Your brain just
Niche?
spawns it. Niche?
Niche.
Yes. So you can have all this type of stuff influencing your thoughts and just basically your view of the world that feels accurate, that feels, and I say all this now. This is not how I operate day to day. Like, I don't operate thinking like this day to day. And day to day, I'm just a normal person, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's wrong to be a normal person who just trusts your view. I'm not saying that's wrong, but the point is, to confuse it with truth is absurd. And even if you could have like all the information about something, and you could go through it on paper, you can, like, this is what I was trying to tell. So, like, I told my friend Robin about this. Like, your view of yourself, even if you could access everything you've done, you can't keep more than one thought in your brain at a time. Like, as I'm explaining all of this to you, assuming you're listening and not daydreaming, everything else about this conversation, everything else about me is dead while this conversation's happening. It doesn't exist unless thoughts sort of interrupt it because, you're going to think about whatever. They pop in here and there, and then they're there for that second, and then they're gone. So the world as you know it is whatever you're doing right now that you're focused on. The person you see is whatever the recent experiences you've had with them that have affected you in a certain way. And where it gets really weird is it's like, all right, well, maybe your view of someone is an accurate representation of how they've treated you, at least. But it's like, no. Because, like, take someone like my stepdad, for example. If I was to have a debate with my stepdad about religion or whatever, I have way more emotional stakes in it. I'm way more likely to get upset. I'm way more likely to see what he says differently. All these types of things. Someone could have the exact debate word for word, but if they're a different person, they're going to have a completely different view of the experience. All in all, the end result of this, and there's other things I haven't even gotten into because it just would be too long-winded, is that you never, ever have anything resembling an accurate view of anything. It is a complete lie. It's just not a thing. Like, it's just no such thing. All you have a accurate, maybe it's not accurate, but you know how something makes you feel. So when you think of something like YouTube Shorts, or like a certain type of food you hate, or a certain type of religion you don't like, or music you like or don't like, all these type of things, all you are doing is having a vague recall of the emotional effect that thing had on you based on God knows what variables you don't know, and then we think that that is correct. We think that that's the real thing. We think, yes, this is metal music's terrible. Like, actually, like, that's a real objective truth. Like, it's absurd. But the problem is, I mean, we have no other way of operating other than this. Like, you can talk through it right now and think through it, and your view of even this idea is going to be unique to you as me. You can't get out of it. But the crazy thing to me is that this is literally nothing that you think is like really accurate, like, at all. Like, you might be able to deduce an accurate. I'm not saying like there is no objective truth or anything, but no emotional idea about anything, nothing you have any feelings about is truthful. It's not a description of the thing. But people think it is, and this is what causes all the problems in the world. This is what causes you to say that person's a bitch and think that you're actually correct. Like, that's actually a truth claim, but it's not. And so I go through my life and I have all these things that I do, and it's like, I know they're all wrong. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's not like, oh, I think I might be wrong because I can't trust myself. It's like, scientifically, it's impossible that it's correct because it doesn't even make any sense. And like, I try to tell people this, but it's really hard to shake people's trust of their own judgment. And I'm not saying that it's good for someone not to trust himself, but like, everybody, including myself, has this feeling like no matter what you say, their brain, like, we're just built in, I guess, with this evolved confidence of like, everybody, yes, but not me. Everybody else worse, but not me. I know this. Or you mentioned something that I felt was true, so I kind of know this. Or better yet, you understand all of this, and then you start thinking, oh, I know how flawed thinking is, so now I'm better at thinking. But you're not. All you do is you know that your thinking's flawed, and all your judgments are still flawed because they're automatic. So I try to tell people this, and I try to tell them, look, bro, you don't understand how fucked this whole situation is. Like, of course we have all these fights. Of course all this stuff is going on because there is no correct view because it's all based on how it affects us. And that's obvious with like so many things, like morality or whatever. Like, we don't eat dogs. That's gross. But in other countries they might do it. Same thing with all the meat. Oh, how can people do this? It's terrible. Any moral atrocity in our view that's happened that seems like crazy, it's all so easily explained by understanding that your view and my view of things is nothing more than a vague, remembered reactivation of an emotional experience that something previously caused us, which it caused us that emotional experience based on all of our life experiences. So at the bottom of it, it is all a lie. Like, you can't have an accurate worldview. But on the off chance this does click with somebody and they're like, oh my God, there's also no reason to freak out about it because, like, we can't be any other way, for one. And for two, the view that this is like, even me, like, I'm biased, so I'm saying like it's fucked, and I'm saying all this type of stuff. That is itself the same thing. It's also this subjective, like, I'm saying it like it's true, like this is actually a fucked up thing. Dude, you start thinking about it and everything falls apart, bro, because it's like the Spider-Man image where they're like both point at each other, or it's like
Yeah.
you're trying to grab it yourself, like it's weird. So
But you can't, if you have emotion, it's like, unless you don't have emotion, then you can't claim what's factual and what's not factual. But that's really it.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
what's the point anyways? Like, what's the point? Like, even if you're totally right, but you never feel anything, I mean, does it even matter anyway? That's how I think about
Yeah,
that. It's like,
exactly. I don't know. It's kind of like what only thing that could truly ever understand what you're explaining, or if actually know something the way you are, is probably going to be AI. I'm not going to lie to you. It's because it physically can't care. Physically can't give a shit. Because physically it can't be hurt. Physically it's just literally programmed to do. It's not programmed to think. It's programmed to do what it knows.
yeah,
Which means
But
technically is programmed to think, but not think for itself. That kind of makes sense. But it's
yeah,
not
and
like
it's like
it's
I'm not trying to
racist.
say. Sorry. I
You're
mean,
good. You're
so
good.
yeah, well, it depends on how it's trained, but like, yeah, like if it's given if it's trained in a way that's generally unbiased, but like to me, and again, I'm not trying to say that like there's something bad about it, like it is just how we are, but
Yeah,
like to
yeah. It's just
me, like when I think about the fact that okay, well, this does mean that all of my views of people as like all of the negative views that are all the emotions that I experience that are negative because I'm thinking this person thinks this about me or my dad's evil or this is that or this is whatever. All of these are lies that I'm telling to myself um that are not true and they're making my life worse. So like that's where I'm like, okay, well if you want to be practical, maybe get rid of the stuff that makes your life worse. But at the bottom of it, like yeah, it's just crazy because when you have emotional problems, I guess, or whatever, you just you think in the moment that it's correct and I'll think that whatever like it slips through in when I'm speaking like there's so much bias anytime I
yeah.
express something it's impossible to untangle yourself from it but like to me it is a bad thing or at least noteworthy to be living your life and thinking that your judgments are correct. Like this person's a douche or this person's bad or things should be this way or this should be that. And thinking that that's true when it can't be. Like it just can't be. Like it's like some things can. Like I'm not saying we can't know anything is true again. I don't want to just circle around, but to me that's bad. And like I've yet to explain this to someone and have it them like give the response that I sort of felt where they're like, "Oh, damn." Like where it's like really clicks that like no, like everything is not. It's so like yeah, you can cut out the bad, but it's crazy to me because I live my life feeling like I'm right about everything, feeling like yeah, this is this and that's that, that's stupid or this is that or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's insane and it's all nonsense. Like literally, it's all just based on how it affects me, nothing else.
But
It's
I mean, that's
insane
how
to me.
everyone's gonna have their ideals though in their own brain. It's just what you're expressing right now is exactly how everyone else would feel. Like they just it's their world. You're just living in it. And precisely
Yeah.
just going off of what you're just saying is just based off of kind of like bias and emotion, how you
I
feel
can't
about
believe
the
I gave that
individual.
as my message to people. That's
Ugh.
so
Well, listen,
insane,
that's
bro.
a banger message. Trust me, it's a banger message. We fuck with it.
It's just like
Even if
so
that's my bias and that can't be factually true as you're stating, but it's still
I
banger.
think people probably just deal with it more healthy than me. Like I think of this stuff, it's like, oh my god, this is terrible. Like, and then someone else, you tell them, and they're like, yeah, everything is subjective, yeah. And it's like, okay, I guess you're way farther along than me, because to me this is like destructive and groundbreaking, and like it affects everything. And like, do they really understand this? Because they still, like when they're shit talking Melissa at their job, like do they know that that's bullshit? Or are they just saying this now? Like, do they understand? Like, I don't know. I don't when
I
I should
mean,
talk to people, but yeah.
like at the end of the day, it's just kind of like specifically in that situation. Because I mean, like if you go to think that every day in your life, you're not gonna live. You're not gonna be happy. You're just gonna be some motherfucker who just believes what they think. Just can't physically be true. Can't physically be right. So it's just kind of like even if you do say some shit, it is what it is, man. You can always go back tomorrow and apologize. I mean, like, even if you're factually wrong, which like I said before, because it ties to what we are talking about earlier as well, where no motherfucker is inherently evil. Like, it's just all in the day bias. Every decision is made by a bias. Every act bias. Just everything on Earth, humans done by everything fucking animals have done. Bias and instinct. Just the way humans were, bred and just how their genes made them survive fucking environment. Just what like stress, like stress is a bias. If you're fucking scared of something, you're going to get the fuck away from it. That's a bias. You're fucking it's Rasti. The asteroids are coming for the T-Rexes. They're going to be scared. That's stress. It's a bias. Run away.
Yeah, the asteroids
Without
are
that's their lives
evil.
gone. They're all gone. Exactly. So I mean, like, oh no, I do fuck with the message. I haven't read the book though, but
Dude,
I
that book isn't
I feel like
even
I
like
can
that's just
tell
my
you.
takeaway from the book. The
Yeah,
book's a
I
great
don't know.
book though.
I don't know. It sounds really deep and intricate though, but I love how philosophical, like how much
Dude, I just
philosophy is in
knew
it.
that it
Sounds
was
like.
something I needed when I started reading it, and it was like I was like in the first like just reading the sample on
Do you
Google
read
or
a lot?
whatever. What's that?
Do you read a lot?
Not really. Like sometimes I read. I have like phases where I read. Like I've been reading
Fair
this book
enough.
called The Knicks for like literally like almost 2 months now, just whenever I can.
The what?
But that book I was all in on because I
Said the
was
Knicks,
like,
I think.
yeah, The Knicks.
I don't
Anyways,
know.
but yeah,
Yeah.
like I read that book because I bought it too, like because I just like I was so self-critical at the time, like even worse than now, believe it or not, where I was like, I need this. I need to understand. I need something to really argue that everything I think is a lie. Because like I used to Google stuff, like when I was a teen, I literally be like, why is everyone so stupid? Like I just thought I was right about everything. Like I just thought people were stupid because I just didn't understand anything about myself. I didn't understand that it was all like based on my values and
I
so
mean, yeah.
I
I
didn't
mean,
understand.
well, like you said earlier, it's kind of also like it's kind of like how everyone is too. Because I mean, you say how a child just the world it sees is the only world it knows. That's just even in adult years. That's to my belief that's still true. Because there's still
Oh yeah.
more out here than just Earth. There's been a motherfucking history before who didn't know about space. He didn't know about Saturn. He didn't know about all these other planets and shit like that. He just thought what he was experiencing was just his world. That's all he knew. Like that's kind of like like I don't know, but
To me, it's like to in thinking of it more simply, it's like I say like it's this crazy thing that you have to really explain or really have it set in. But to me, it's kind of obvious sometimes when it's like I think that your view of the world is going to be totally different than mine. Like with a lot of
yeah,
things,
yeah, one hundred
with
percent.
most people, everybody has their own unique view. So that means there is that in itself. It's thinking aside or whatever. They're all different. So there is no objective view. Like who it's like, and it's not just like, oh well, we'll never know who's right. It's like, no, obviously it's just based on like how it affects them. Like I mean, that's obvious when I think about it, but and it's like the implications are crazy for your day to day life if you actually understand it. And it's probably healthy and unhealthy because I don't think it's healthy to hate yourself for everything that you do or be like,
Not
oh my God, why am I judging people? This is terrible. I'm terrible. That doesn't help either. But it's hard not to feel like that when it's you're doing something you don't want to do repeatedly.
I mean, at the same time, at the end of the day, there's unfortunately there's always be motherfuckers who judge. There's always be people out there that deserve to have judgment of like crazy example, Jeffrey Epstein, motherfucker. You can't tell me you can't not judge Jeffrey Epstein. He literally had a fucking island, or
I mean,
children.
you
Like
can
you,
say that, like, you could say, I don't even want to talk, because, like, people get, this is the problem is, like, there's, like, this block off point with people where it's, like, the same thing with the free will argument. Like, they'll hold your hand until the implications are, like, there, and then it's like, well, no, but we still have to say this person's, like, evil. And it's like, I mean, you can
true.
say that.
You go
I
back to
think
that. Yeah, but
I
I
think
don't know.
my view, and it's like, would I live this out in a regular day to day situation? No. Like, if I saw someone like hurting a kid, like in any way, like I'm not gonna be like, oh well, technically, environmental fact, like
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I'm just gonna hate the person and want to stop them and probably hurt them. But like that doesn't change like the fact of it, which is that, and it doesn't mean that you can't do anything about it either. Like if you think, well, people are a product of their environment, like all, or they don't have free will, it doesn't mean that you're like, all right, well, I guess we'll let people do whatever we want. You could still say, okay, but I still don't like harm.
Yeah,
Most people don't
yeah.
like harm, so regardless, we don't have to hate this person. Like I tell people like the tornado example, like when a natural disaster happens. We want to stop it. We want to keep people safe, but we don't hate the natural disaster and be bitter because of it because it doesn't make
That's
sense.
real.
And it's like, I don't think it's possible for humans to view other humans as neutrally as a tornado, but I
Yeah,
do think
you're.
it's technically correct. Like, I think it's technically correct.
I mean, because I mean, I agree with that actually. 100%.
I think
Because you
people
can't really
understand it,
be
but like then the
biased.
emotional flare pop, like we have values in ourselves that are so deep that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't just in a casual conversation be like, yeah, so I guess Jeffrey Epstein, he's just kind of a product of his environment. Like your brain's like, no, 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 bad. You can't. Like it's just there's a block off point, but I still think logically, like I think that any person who was spawned and lived Jeffrey Epstein's life would have been Jeffrey Epstein. Like that's my view. And
Yeah,
it makes
I would
sense when I say it.
100% agree with that too, but at the same time, I understand how hard it would be not to judge a motherfucker. Like,
You can still judge
everyone's
him.
a product of their.
That's the great part about it, though. Is
Yeah,
like you
that's
can still just hate it and just be like, well, sure, but I still just hate him. Like he's that way, I'm this way. Fuck it. Like so, it doesn't really matter. Like you can still just hate it. Like
yeah. I don't know.
unless you're like committed to truth no matter what, which there's no such thing. Because if you think, well, I need to be committed to the truth no matter what, well, why? Because the only reason you would have that value is because of another subjective emotional value, like and so on. Like it just from wanting to feel like you're not wrong or whatever. The point is everything at the bottom is technically it's in the same boat. So
Yeah,
whether you think that's bad or whether you don't care, I might say it's bad for someone not to care that they're wrong all the time. But that's just I don't want that for myself. That doesn't mean that it's bad, you know. So it's weird.
yeah. I mean, it's
But at the end of
just
the day, most
complicated.
people
It
don't
just,
like it. So you know,
I mean, I get. I can say I get it. Like Sephora, that's up to you to decide how far I get it. You know, but
this
I
stuff
mean,
makes people really uncomfortable. Like especially like dude,
I
like
mean,
religious people hear this and it's like this is what happens when God's gone. Like it just goes to hell. Like
I
they're
don't
just
know
talking
about
about.
that, dude.
You know, this
All
is
it
he's
is a
talking about people can't
philosophy.
help it. It's like, yeah.
All his philosophy is looking down a different lens and looking down a different way of life. It's all you're doing. It's just having a different perception of the world around you, which is honestly fair. I mean, you know, it's not it's not hard. It just depends also like, well, because I feel like everyone should have the right to love themselves, no matter who they are. You know, so it's kind of like even if I did judge someone, I can know deep down that one day that probably won't be the same. I probably never did actually hate that person. Like for example, like I got this is X right now, and like I somehow over the time of a year and a half kind of forgave her for all the bullshit she put me through.
Wait, who we
And
talking
it's
about?
like it's a well, just for example, I'm just saying for example, like it's
Okay.
nothing like that deep, but for example, I had this ex, and I recently did forgive her, even though she did some fucking insane shit. But I mean, like I feel like eventually it's just like I'm just kind of thinking the same way. Just I guess not as deeply, but for me at this point, I'm just living life like forgive a motherfucker because at the end of the day, we all gonna it's gonna come sooner or later. You never know when it's gonna happen. So I mean, like you know, why not just love ourselves, love every other motherfucker around you, depending
Yeah, I mean,
on
you don't have to
what
be
they
okay with
do.
harm. Like you like it's like with my
Yeah,
dad.
yeah,
Like I'll rant about my dad, but it's like ultimately like I know that my dad is the way he is because of his life, but that doesn't mean that I
yeah,
wanna. That
yeah,
doesn't mean that I want to let him make my life worse. I just don't.
yeah,
So
exactly.
it's as simple as that. Like it doesn't mean that every like you have to be fine with things that are terrible to you or terrible to
Yeah,
most
yeah.
people. You know.
I don't know.
But
It's
yeah,
great
man.
philosophy, but
I go down the
overall,
philosophy rabbit hole sometimes, but it's kind of
yeah.
another
What?
like hyper focus of mine that I end up getting bored of
Yes,
eventually.
that's what I'm
So
saying. That's what makes you so thoughtful. That's why I really like fucked with your hype streams for the actual songs to drop. Because not only am I getting a Rasti song rant for an hour about some philosophy shit, just it'll be one of the most simple things ever. Like I've asked probably dumbass questions for you in the fucking comment section. You'll go in a deep rant about it, and it'll be insane. I just feel like, damn, that motherfucker, he thinks differently,
yeah,
dude. Just
compulsive fire hosing of thoughts that have been brewing forever is what happens.
it's amazing though. It's amazing though. I mean, it's always good to stay thinking. You don't ever want to sit there and just give up and die and just not think ever again. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
but you don't understand how often I'm like just talking and talking and talking, and in my head I have this little voice that's like, "Okay, stop now, stop, stop, stop," like
you know,
over
it's
and
not
over, like,
like
"Please,
before
Clayton, I'm begging you."
on the podcast. If like even if we bring you on a second time, I don't know if it'll ever happen again. But if it does, like so before, talk as much as you want. I personally love it. It's great fucking content too at that, especially if like you have motherfuckers that want to see this shit or just in general. Because overall, like
I'm
before, it's
sure
also
for
been like,
somebody the stars would align and they would love to listen to me talk about a bunch of random shit
oh,
for 3.5
motherfucker,
hours. But
I love listening to this kind of shit. Here, this has been my fucking like so before.
dude,
As soon as you joined the call, I couldn't believe I was talking around. It sounds crazy maybe to you, but to me, I was fanboying in my head. I was like, damn, I'm really talking to Rasti right now. Like, I'm not in this comment section. I'm actually talking to him voice to voice right now. That's insane to me. It's just,
Ouch.
I don't know. I love it. I think it's been a
Well,
great
I'm glad you
episode.
do, bro.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate you for coming on the podcast. Feel free to stay
Yeah.
as long as you want to. I'm not saying I get off right now. I'm just saying thank you again.
I probably will
Loved
hop
it.
off in a couple minutes because I'm getting
Yeah,
tired.
yeah,
but-
yeah. It is 4 in the morning. Time it is for you. I'm pretty sure it's also 4 over there.
Yeah. If anyone
Yeah.
listens to this somehow and is like, "Oh man, that guy's in distress," just know I am aware that it is not healthy to hate yourself. I know this
I am
stuff.
aware.
Nah.
Trust me, bro. Like, there's probably very little someone could say that would be like, "Oh my god, I really missed that." It's the thing is that I need therapy. Or something. Like that's the problem. Is I can't fix it on by myself, and that
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
get there. I'm working on it. But yeah,
What's up?
just in
We're
case
all-
someone
we're
thinks like
all here
fucked or
together.
something. What was that?
Hmm?
I didn't hear what he said.
Hunt?
Huh?
Okay, never mind. Okay, we're already geeked out 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thank you again. Loved it.
Yeah, bro. All right, well, I'm gonna hit the sack, dude, and hopefully I'll
Alright,
wake up at like
stay
11.
safe.
Yeah, thank you
Hopefully,
for having
dude,
me. I
safe.
appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, no problem, dude. Thanks for being on here. Like I said before, I loved it. Big fucking fanboy. Enjoyed it. Made my fucking week. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was looking forward to this whole week, dude. Made my week amazing. Like it. Trust me, dude. You helped me a lot this week. Like so much.
Oh,
so
that's
much.
good, bro. Yeah, when you put it up, just you give me a link. I'll share it. I don't know if anyone will go
Hell
to
yeah,
it for
hell yeah.
me sharing it, but
I mean,
you know,
like I said before,
I'll
like,
still do
you
it.
know, it's not. To me, like I tell everyone else, this isn't really even about like trying to get famous like that. It's just overall like I love this project, the Band or No Band, even though I don't really control it as much as like in general. But like overall, just stuff like this, like it's just such a passionate project to me. Like I just love like in general, just this kind of creative aspect, especially just like coming up with ideas, but especially specifically with this episode, I literally like I adored writing questions and shit like that, researching like your history if I could, the amount of history I could get, of course, because like I said before, like a lot of it is super hard to find, but the stuff I did find, really
Yeah.
shocked by the Reddit post, but I loved it though. So
Yeah, the thing
again,
is that
thank you.
Reddit post. Well, yeah. I mean, last thing I'll say is that that Reddit post was actually there was a bug one day on Spotify where it showed that I had like 140 people listening. It happened to a bunch of people. So I posted that like, oh my god, like why are so many people listening? Even though I still did have a lot of people listening at the time. So they posted that like, look, yeah, there's 100 people listening to this guy, but it was a bug. I had to say it. Anyway, I'll see you guys. All right.
I'll see you, twin. I'll see
Alright,
you,
man.
twin. Stay safe.
See ya.
Bye.